That's the first time I've seen that intro. That is
literally gonna say this.
something else, man.
That is amazing intro. Amazing intro.
I'm turned
I
on.
thought-
Is that weird? Is that bad? I mean,
Was that Bob with the oh yeah?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. I
Yeah.
got
you
to
know,
give
he had way too much fun making that.
Way too much.
too much fun. I gotta give Bob all the kudos. He'll be on in a few. He is having a rant on Irish Hotspur's show. 'Cause I was watching.
That's rant central over there.
Oh,
I should have
yeah.
been on there, but unfortunately, I just got home, so I couldn't have made it. But I'm happy to make it here as well. So
Yeah, I unfortunately have to go at in like 30 minutes. I've got to head to school. But,
Okay. That is very important.
so I'm not drinking with you guys, but I'm with you in spirit.
Yeah, no, definitely. And we would have had Cursed, but she's a bit under the weather, but she will try to catch on the screen. I originally had Shannon Curse for next week. I was just and still planning on doing that. But let me do some intros. Ladies first, we have the amazing, I called mic dropper, Miss Shan. How are you feeling, Shan?
Yeah, good. Good to be here. Obviously feeling a bit ropey after having my second COVID jab yesterday, but
Ooh,
it is what
rough.
it is, and we've
Yeah,
got to do our bit. So
absolutely.
yeah. Obviously, other than that, I'm pretty buzzing. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, good.
Excited
good.
for tomorrow?
Oh, we play Frey Rocher
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I completely forgot.
No, I think we're gonna win too. I mean, we're at home. Of course, we're gonna feel some. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Bergvine and Lucas see the pitch.
All right, Colin, how you doing?
Man, I'm great. Except I have to go to school. I don't want to go to class. I got used to summer break and not doing anything, so I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting back into studies mode. But I'm good, man. Results are going our way, and Kane's saying, and we'll get to that. But I'm sure, but yeah, things couldn't be better.
Okay.
How about you?
I'm doing okay. I'm just buzzing over the big news, and I'm excited. And I got my Jack and Coke in my hand,
Ooh,
and
lovely.
so I am ready to hit these topics. And of course, it's an honor to have Mr. Darius
Thank
up
you
in
very
the Love
much.
Lounge.
Oh my gosh. Feel pressured. I feel like I need to say something witty or what I mean, make a great appearance on the Love Lounge. But
good impression.
It's an honor. It's an honor, Mari. I can't wait to get into it. I've seen and heard amazing things. I mean, the last Love Lounge was so funny. So now I'm actually on it. I hope we can all have a great conversation. And also Tottenham are doing well, so we can all be happy about that. So let's get into this. I'm well excited.
You just said the key thing, because normally, if we would have had a loss, then it would have been the Love Lounge, a big, huge counseling session. But so let's get to the big news. Normally, I would recap what happened on Sunday, but I got a little surprise for you guys, a little special guest for us. Let me share the screen. And here we go. All right.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. God bless.
He is here to stay. Oh, and unfortunately, my selection of drink is pretty boring. It's good old Fanta. So we're gonna.
Hey, I got
today.
a Walmart brand Dr. Pepper, which they call Dr. Thunder.
It sounds better than Dr. Pepper. That's a better name than Dr. Pepper.
It's,
So
it's kind of It's
Shaq got the orange Fango.
Tango.
Oh,
Tango.
see, good choices.
Okay, we call it Fango in the States.
Do you guys ever mix? Do you guys really mix Coke and Fanta over there? Is that a thing that actually?
No, people mix Coke and Sprite in the UK. That's what I see a lot of people doing. I don't know why, but Coke and Sprite seems to be a strange mix that people do.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I guess the light in the dark. I don't know. Maybe it's good.
The mixture, the color of the mixture, just puts me off when I see the mixture. That's why I've never had it. So
yeah, that does.
Yeah,
that does
not
sound
feeling
appealing.
I've seen people mix it before, Coke and Fanta.
Yeah.
I've seen that, but it is. Yeah.
Coke and Fanta, huh? Interesting. So I just showed you the nice video of Harry Kane. Shan, how you feeling? Our boy's back fully, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it is an amazing feeling. As much as I've been his biggest critic, I'm also very happy that he's staying. Ultimately, Spurs are more likely to win football matches if Harry Kane is in the squad. So yeah, I think now he's obviously the first step was the breaking the silence on social media. Then the second step was clapping the fans on Sunday, and now he's come out and said he's staying. So I think now we need to get behind him, make sure we're singing his name loud and proud on Sunday, make him feel like he's like really welcome, and then yeah, hopefully he bags a few goals because he's in my fantasy team, and I have now put him as
I
captain. He's
saw you
officially off
posted.
the subs bench.
Did you post your team on Twitter? I think I saw that today.
I don't think I've put it on there since
I'm
he's been in
tripping.
it.
Somebody did. Anyway, though,
I think Kirst did.
could have been it. Could have been it. Because she has Kane in her lineup also. Yeah, I think that was it. But he's back, and I mean, you're right. We do have a better chance of winning with him on the pitch. One thing, though, we were playing. It seemed like a more fluid and expansive brand of football without him on the pitch. And I don't want to say it was better by any stretch. It was just different. The front three, you notice, were interchanging a lot more. Kane obviously isn't super effective on the wing, and so he tends to stay more central. Even if he's dropping back, he's centrally located. So I was digging the football we were playing. It's cool to have that other dimension and know that we've got that in the locker, just in case, if needs must, or we been figured out, we need a plan B. It's good to have that. But yeah, I'm excited to have him back also. I think, did you guys hear that he said he credited the reception he got from the away fans at Wolves
Yes.
making him want to stay. And that's awesome. I'm so glad that most of the Reddit fans I know weren't there because they would have booed him off the pitch. But I'm really glad that the fans that were there got behind him and made him feel the love. I read somewhere today, it's easier to leave when you're hated than when you're loved. And obviously, and we just got to show them that love and hope that kind of papers over the cracks of not winning trophies all the time.
Darius, how you feeling about our boy coming back?
You know what? A lot of people have said it feels like a new signing, but it doesn't to me. It just feels like we've bettered our chances of doing better this season. I think a lot of people's expectations this season with that dark cloud of Kane, because this dark cloud of Kane leaving has been here since Dele Alli, him and Son were hugging on the pitch at the end of last season. So we all had a bit of an inkling that this was going to happen from way earlier. And then obviously with the whole manager debacle and taking about 72 days to find a manager, I think everybody was just so sort of not even excited for this season. They kind of didn't even want to play through this season. Now you've sort of got Paratici doing his magic, as we've seen, or signing a few players. Maybe we get some more. Kane's staying now. Son seems to be on his absolute form of his life again. So for me, it just means that I can now be a little bit more optimistic about what we can do this season. And I'm now looking at potentially winning maybe more than one trophy, because Nuno, he's got a good record in these trophies. Even with Wolves, he's gotten to quarters and semi-finals. And with the quality of players that he's got and sort of the results and the way we've played against teams like Manchester City, I really do believe that we sort of got sort of a DNA and an idea to beat these teams in these cup matches. So I think that a cup run will probably be the ideal thing for Nuno to sort of chase. And then if we've got a good and deep squad after the transfer window is closed, maybe are we knocking on the door for a fourth place? Am I going a bit too far there?
No, I don't think you are.
Never know.
Yeah, I before my season prediction on another show, I said fourth place. I said top four, and I was banking on Kane staying because I really feel that Nuno and these Spurs will be a pain in the ass.
100%.
We were to Manchester City. More of the Wolves were a pain to ass to us, but we were able to survive basically in the game 1-0, and I mean, sky's the limit. I mean, if we could get at least one or two good signings. It's a possibility
in the right position as well, isn't it?
At the right position, possibly being top four. So I think the sky's the limit. And I think we're going to be a team that is going to surprise people, and I want to be the team that's going to surprise people. And so,
Tanji is so important to this season, just because without him, we're so short in the center of the pitch. I really hope that we can somehow. It sucks to have to do this. It sucks to have to say. I really hope we can coax the best out of him, or convince him that it's worth it to give that effort.
Well, if you think about it, you can maybe look at it the other way and think, if we can actually sort of find or negotiate a deal where we can get a player in who's better or who will be better for our team, he might be important in the sense of getting him to a different club. Because I know the Mara, you were speaking, and you speak very highly of Frank Kessie, and I know he's having certain contract issues as well. If you can sort of sell Tungi for maybe 45, 50 million, and you're able to bring in a player like Kessie.
His wages are just too high.
I know, that's the issue, isn't it? He's so happy to just sit. I think he'd be happy to sit on the bench for a year and maybe come off the bench and be an impact player and earn 200k a week. And like you said, I think that's the main problem that we've got here.
Yeah.
What do you think, Shane?
Yeah, I think I've seen more and more that it's going to be a struggle to get him out this transfer window, and I think we'll struggle in January as well, because January no one tends to make any big signings, and he'd be a pretty big signing money wise. I think he's better than Harry Winks. Even when he's not fit, he's better than Harry Winks, so that's already an upgrade. He's better than Sissoko. But yeah, it's like I always say on every single show I'm on, he gets paid more than Sonny. It's just ridiculous. I mean, we may have done that to coax him to the club because bigger clubs were in for him as well, and he's come to us for the wages. But that in itself should have been a big red flag. He's not coming to Spurs to play for Spurs. He's coming to Spurs to play for the wage packet.
And I think Pochettino pushed hard for him. And I think that was when we were backing Pochettino. And I think that sort of backfired as soon as I think him and Pochettino were excited about each other. He was excited about Poch's project. He was excited to be part of that. But then once Pochettino left, he got a little disillusioned. Then we got Mourinho. I'm jumping forward, but then Mourinho gets the best out of him, and then we fire Mourinho and get Ryan Mason, and he's just like, who? You know, like, I'm older than
he doesn't even play him, does he? It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, there was a comment that came out today that Tanga was not happy about Mason not playing him, and his feelings got hurt. And the rest.
If Harry Winks was picked over you, you'd be pretty upset as well.
Oh,
so
I'd lose it.
That's true.
Next morning, I'm going to that manager's office and I'm banging on the door like that.
I was just like, put him in. We need somebody to beat the press.
That was like Mason playing his buddies, but that's the cynic in me. I don't know if that's, who's to say.
Felt like it though. Felt like it.
100%.
Well, we had a game on Sunday, and since we all have a drink in our hand, let's give a toast to these players. And if I'm missing out somebody, then mention it to me. These are the 3 players who deserve a toast.
Here we go.
Here we go. Hugo Lloris. Dele Alli. And now it's Skip. Now, I didn't want to get in trouble for copyright infringement like I did last week. So I came out with a little instrumental, and Bob helped me out there. So, as you can see, I have the 3 players. I have our first player, Hugo Lloris. He made the tremendous save. Then again, Adam Torre is suffering from goal dysfunction. ED a little bit, he can't find it. I don't know who's worse, him or Bergvine, but still, you got to make the save. I got, of course, Dele Alli, who made a beautiful run, and it was a penalty. I heard a few people saying, well, no, it was a penalty. It impeded his ability to move forward and score, and he scored the penalty, which is never easy. And then Oliver Skip, just his importance to Eric Dyer, and Sanchez, and just the work that he does in front of him. So, are you guys agreeing with the three people I'm giving toast to? Chan.
My three people that I give toast to.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's pretty similar, to be fair. Hugo obviously made that important save when Dyer forgot. Well, he got the ball taken off him on the halfway line. I never want to see him that far up the pitch ever again. unless it's for a set piece, I never want to see him at the halfway line ever again. He needs to stay where he's meant to be. But that's my only criticism of Dyer. I think Sanchez and Dyer had a good game again against Wolves.
Yeah.
I think obviously Dele's the obvious one. He was the man of the match for me. Again, great run. Great vision from Reguilon as well to slip that pass into him for him to then try and work it around the keeper. Obviously, then he's stuck a little bit of a leg out to create the contact.
No rule that says you can't. So.
But obviously, that's what smart players do. So credit to Dele, he won us the game with that little bit of skill. So yeah, and then my third one, I feel like it's got to be Tanganga again.
Oh, okay.
Although he struggled a little bit with Traore, I also think he did a very good job. I think anyone else would have, if that was Doherty, I'd have lost complete will to live.
Yeah.
Like Tanganga actually did do quite a lot to try and then again he's putting in tackles. I think between Skippy and Tanganga, and that yellow card for Skippy was never a yellow either. That was an excellent tackle.
Yeah.
Really good from Skippy.
Good no call.
Hey, Mari, I just messaged you in the chat. I got to run, brother. I hate to do it. I at least wanted to come and pop in and say, hey, I feel like I missed out big time last week. But
no problem.
next week I'll be longer for sure. And you're going to have to be on my Friday this week, man.
Oh, definitely.
All right, cool. I go 9 my time. So, 8 my time, 9 your time.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome, man. Hey, it was really nice. It was really nice chatting with y'all. Have a good one.
You too. Take care.
Tell Bob I said to piss off. Okay.
I will tell him to piss off.
Thank you.
All right, and Bob will be on in a few. Darius, you're three.
I was trying to think of a player that I could really choose otherwise than Skip, but I think the point that you just made earlier is a great point, and I think Sanchez and Dyer, where I do agree that they again had great games. They kept another clean sheet. They had a lot of shots to sort of defend against, and a lot of them they blocked as well. I have to credit Sanchez for the amount of blocks he made in that game. He was putting his body on the line, but it does feel like that extra solidity from Skip in the midfield, partnering Højbjerg is sort of alleviating that responsibility from their centre backs, and it's almost making them play a lot better and making them look a lot better. So I think Skip's going to go under the radar for most of this season, I think, in his performances. I think it'll be a lot like Højbjerg, where he puts in probably a 7, 8, 9 out of 10 performance most weekends, and people will just expect that from him. And then when one game it does drop, everybody will get onto him because we're going to expect such a level from him for the whole season. And to expect that from a 20-year-old who has effectively played one full season in the Championship, that really does excite me to have him as part of the spine in our team. So I really probably have to agree with all three choices. Dele Alli, I don't know who or what or whatever they put in his food, whatever they've done to him over that summer. I don't know what it is, but that guy he's making me look like a massive fool. He's making me delete a lot of tweets that are in the bag dissing him from last season. So I have to keep giving him credit for the performances that he's putting in. Again, I think he ran the most distance in the game. He scored and was able to get the penalties. So I think that, again, you always have to look at not just sort of the goals and assists that we expect from Dele Alli and that he's sort of brought to Spurs, but also the defensive work that he's doing in the games. And he's playing centre mid effectively again now. So it's fantastic to see Dele Alli sort of back to a better level. And I don't think it's his best, because I think he's probably got a lot more in him, but Dele Alli playing like this is amazing. So yeah, everyone was amazing. I think the best person for me on the pitch was probably Dele Alli. I probably do have to agree with you. But yeah, I'm going to have to agree with all three choices. I think that was Hugo Lloris again. Great save. His distribution was, again, he seemed to be able to pick out long-range passes all the time. So yeah, I've got to give a shout-out to Hugo Lloris as well. But yeah, all three choices, I think I have to agree with Mari. So yeah.
Yeah, and my ultimate man of the match is out of the three is going to be Lloris. Shan, who's your man of the match?
Deli Ali for me. I think Lloris, although he made that one good save, he didn't really he weren't really troubled too much other than that. It was all shots straight at him. And I think for Deli, just for the amount, the shift that he put in, obviously he created the goal. He's the match winner. I think he deserves man of the match for me.
Okay, and Darius, your man of the match?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Dele Alli as well, just because again he was involved in everything and he's doing a lot more. Again, I asked for so much more for Dele Alli off the ball when he's not, scoring an assist, and I wanted him to do a lot more off the ball when Jose and Mason were in charge. So he's doing that now. It's great to see he's got his fitness back. So yeah, long may it continue. It feels like a new signing. It really does feel like a new signing having Dele Alli like this. So I hope it continues for him.
All right. Well, it's that time of the week where we do love it or hate it. And here are our choices of the week. All right. Love it or hate it. All right. As you guys can see, Hugo Lloris, 300 games, the most by Spurs player for Premier League. And so that is a huge, huge fit. I always say he doesn't get enough props. I love it. This is awesome. And if you look all the way in the middle, you can see a little piece of Brian Gill in there. He's between Lloris and Skip, if you can see him. But I love it. Shan.
Yeah, I love it. I agree. I think Hugo, I think it's an absolute disgrace that we have not won a trophy for him in the time he's been here. With the squad that we've had, the squads that we've had since he's been here, we should have 100% won something with him. And I think we've got this season to do it for him, and I think that should be enough motivation for this team to try and win something this season. I'd love nothing more than to see him lift a trophy with Spurs because it's the least he deserves.
Yeah, no, people tend to forget, Kane winning a trophy. But what about Hugo Lloris? He's been there for, since the beginning, So, yeah, no, definitely. Hugo Lloris deserves to hold up a trophy. Darius.
Yeah, if you hate it, then I want to know what it must be a Hugo Lloris agenda. I absolutely love this. I think it's a much bigger achievement than probably a lot of people are making it out to be. That's to be our number one consistently for over 10 years is probably in a lot of people's best sort of period when for me in my time, the best period I've seen Tottenham play. Obviously we won a trophy in 2008, but the time that Hugo Lloris was in goal playing under Poch, that was the best team I've ever seen play. So I have to love this. I think that it's crazy to me that we've not offered him even a year extension. I know that is he 35 now, 34, 35? I know he's getting quite old, but even a year extension, he's got a year left on his deal now. I think he's still got probably one more year left in him. Even if he's second choice to Galini next year, I think having Hugo Lloris around the team is massive. He's come out in interviews and he's been a proper captain. And so many people always disrespect him and say that Kane's captain of Tottenham. He's not. It's Hugo Lloris. Hugo Lloris is our captain. So while he's here, let's love him. And I think it's a massive achievement for him.
Yep. No, definitely a massive achievement for him. Oh, we got a couple of comments right here. First, before we go on to the other ones, Tom says, "Good evening, Maury. Looking forward for another great show." Oh yeah, evening, Shan and Darius. All right. Yes, Shan. Ain't the second jab bad? I felt like shit with mine.
It's minging. Honestly, I've had COVID and I had my first jab, had no problem. Obviously, I was ill when I had COVID, but had my first jab, had no problems. A bit of a dead arm, but I was all good. This time, it's been disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. I've felt like absolute crap for the last couple of days. So, yeah, definitely. I would. Obviously, we're doing it to do our bit to obviously fight this pandemic and stuff. But yeah, minging.
Brian Daigle says, "Good evening, everyone. Good job,
evening, Brian."
Yep, Mr. Daigle.
Legend.
Tom says Darius, the Love Lounge virgin.
Very, very true. Very true.
Well, you forgot about Shannon. It's her first time. Aiden, evening, everyone. Dago says Deli Ali mixes Coke and Fanta. He said it on the interview.
And that should explain everything. There you go. If Deli Ali does it, then I think maybe you shouldn't do that, guys.
Deli
Yeah.
Ali was also wearing socks with sandals. I think it was today. I think it was Bergvine that shared it on Instagram. So you can't really trust what Deli Ali's doing. Let's be honest. Socks
Oh.
and sandals.
Real talk. Try Coke and apple juice. Okay, all right. Coke and apple juice. I should try that. Coke and apple juice. Coke and apple juice. Aiden says, big up Aiden. That sounds like all kinds of wrong. Dago goes, it really does if you put wait till you try it. I felt exactly the same way. Wow, he got some interesting mix, Brian. Curse says, hey guys, I wish I felt well. I'll be joining you. I'll be joining you in the jiffy. Coke and apple juice is actually nice. So sipping McDonald's fries and milkshake.
Oh,
McFlurry.
no. No.
Wow, that is an interesting mix right there. People thought I had an interesting mix last week. I'm gonna see some interesting ones. In fairness, Brian, I thought the same when I came over to Canada and saw the poutine, and I love that stuff. Scott says fourth place is going too far. Scott,
Let us dream, Scott. Let us dream.
oh Scott. Curse, how are you? I totally agree with chips and chocolate milkshake, but only when it's Wendy's and their chocolate frosties. That's the truth. Wendy's. Do they have Wendy's in England?
No.
Nope. Don't have Wendy's. Very, very sad.
I would trade you Wendy's for Nando's.
No way.
No.
You can keep Wendy's. You can keep Wendy's.
Oh man, I'm getting fixed for Nando's right now. Like I
it's
love
good.
Nando's. Oh,
It's good.
when I step off the plane, I'm telling my mates, take me to Nando's. They're like, seriously? Like, yeah, that's the first place I want to go whenever I fly into Manchester. Take me to Nando's. Never heard.
I used to work there. I actually worked there for 2 years, and I used to get like 40% off, and it was ridiculous. I was almost eating Nando's every day, and I'm still not bored of it. Still not bored of it to this day. So that should explain everything about Nando's.
I can eat Nando's every day. There's only one Nando's in America. They opened it in Chicago, and of course, when I was in Chicago, I went to Nando's. But that's probably the one thing I miss about the UK, Nando's. Brian Dago says, Ada, I felt the same way about poutines, my man, before I moved out here and tried one. And
What is a poutine? I need to know.
Yeah, what is a poutine?
I've never heard of a poutine in my life. I might have to search this right now.
Yeah, trust me, if I didn't think that was food or a drink, I would have thought something else. You know, being the island boy, because we come up with weird names for something I'm not going to mention. But
so it says here, a poutine is a dish of French fries and cheese curds topped with brown gravy.
Oh.
That doesn't sound too pleasant to me, but I'm not sure about that one. It's definitely a Canadian thing. It said it originated in Quebec, so
yeah,
very strange.
Robert DeFanti says Japhet Tanganga's agent has now revealed that the defendant will not be leaving Tottenham on loan before the end of transfer. Good. Tanganga can't go anywhere. He cannot go anywhere. Curse says at Brian Daigle. Brian's bringing some interesting foods and drink mixes. Curse, all good here. I hope you feel better real soon. Second COVID vaccination wiped me out 48 hours. Okay. You know what? I'm kind of scared to get my second shot now. Oh shit! I'm scared. I'm scared to get my second shot. I got my first 2 weeks ago. Oh, okay. Wow. Brian Daigle, glad to hear that you're all good, Dags. Oh, I am hoping you'll be okay sooner than that. Have a teething 6-month-old, easily bored, needing some attention 3-year-old. I just love our conversation board. We're getting real life stuff here. Cody Max says, LOL, drinking on his school night. Ha ha. Of course. Of course. Kurt says, I had Pfizer both times. Brian Daigle, but I've never had COVID, and apparently that can make you feel worse as you don't have antibodies or something. Wow. Okay. Oh,
We're
we got
getting lessons.
and listen to this. Bob goes, "Oh God, not again." That is a little pun there. The Love Lounge last time went a bit mental. Oh, it's about to go there. It's just a calm before the storm. These tickets are available, I think, Curse. Okay. All right, man. We got a lot of. Oh, Darius says Hoiberg correctly. I might faint.
Hoybia.
Horbia.
Hoybia.
Horbia.
Oh yeah.
Horbia. And as Horbia. Cody. All right. Well, let's go to our next love it or hate it topic. Uh Man, we got so many comments. I gotta. All right. So let's go to our next one. Love it or hate it. Well, I'm not gonna say anything yet. I will let the number one Oil City hater start with this. Shan, do you love it or you hate it? Hmm.
I mean, it's completely embarrassing, but I love to see it. It just shows what a small club they are,
Oof.
don't it? Small club, big wallet, shit fans. That's all I have to say on the matter. Also, I hope Andy's okay because I know he's been burnt a couple of times in the last few weeks. So, yeah.
It's been a rough week for Manchester City.
Mm,
It's been a rough week.
mm,
Darius, love this or you
yeah.
hate it?
You know who does hate it? Jack Grealish, because he didn't even get a full crowd on his debut goal. So that must be quite sad. But I love it because again, just shows that they're not really that big. But you know what? I'm gonna give them credit. They've won what 4 of the last 5 Premier Leagues, and they've got a lot of my favorite players. And Jack Grealish does look good in the Man City shirt. I can't lie, but they are not getting Kane, and they can't fill their stadium. So I can only love this. So hopefully, you know what? Hopefully we can do the double on them this season, and that will be even better because we seem to really actually be their bogey team. Like we seem to be able to beat them at home quite a lot. So let's see if we can beat them away and hopefully do the double, and that will be solidifying we are their bogey team. Even better.
Have you seen that Pep's leaving after his 7th season as well? So next season will be his last season in charge of Manchester City, and then he's off.
Oh, he's gone.
Adios.
And I think he'll manage Brazil. Or I think he's going to go manage Brazil. I think he'll take a break and then manage Brazil.
He's not going to go and manage Scotland, is he?
No chance.
No.
He should go and manage like Moldova.
If he was a good coach, he'd go and manage Scotland to get them to the World Cup. That's what he'd do, but he wouldn't do it, would he?
Yeah. He's gonna pick either Spain, Argentina, or some high caliber squad. He won't go there. I love this because they've been talking shit about us. Manchester City has only been relevant since 2008, and they can't even fill out after 18 months. They can't even fill out their stadium. This is embarrassing. It's just Oil City. Yeah, having a horrible week. They get Kane. You did a poor job at grafting. Like if you're gonna graft someone like Kane, you gotta go all in. And they did a horrible job. So it's just, yeah.
What was it, 75? Sorry, Sean. Was it 75 million with 25 add-ons or something they tried to bid? Ridiculous.
Yeah. I think they've completely disrespected Kane, and I think they've made him look really stupid. I think he should be really angry with them to come in with an offer like that. They've obviously been tapping him up behind the scenes for a little while, unsettling him and hoping that he'd behave so badly that it would force Daniel Levy's hand. But obviously their plan has seriously failed, and I think Harry Kane has them to blame for the situation he's in right now. So yeah, I can't stand Manchester City. They may have some good players, but if a player goes there, it's what meaning is it? It just means nothing, does it?
Yeah, I'm looking for Andy. Tom says, "Where's Andy in the crowd?" Where's Andy? As you guys who are maybe watching, Andy is the Manchester City fan who wanted to disrespect the Spurs on the cheese room, and Shan just dropped dropped the elbow, the WWE elbow on him, and
Legendary.
legendary. Go look it up. Go check out the Cheese Room, and hit a like on the Cheese Room. Hit a like. It's a great show.
Oh, this. Oh God.
Love it or hate it.
Love it.
Share.
The voice cracks.
Oh my goodness. Share says love it. Darius, love it or hate it.
I adore this. This might be my new ringtone. This might be my new alarm in the morning because it's music to my ears. Playlist on Spotify. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
My favourite line is where he goes, ambition, you can't see me like John Cena. And then he's like, we used to shop in Harrods, now we shop in shoes. It was so funny.
You know what?
So funny. My dad's an
Absolutely
Arsenal
amazing.
fan, and he retweeted it saying it was embarrassing. So obviously, even
Your dad is an Arsenal fan?
Oof.
Yeah.
Are you
I've
the
got
rebel?
family.
Are you the
I've got
rebel
family.
child?
Huh?
Are you the rebel child?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh
wow.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Share the rebel child. Wow. I'm gonna tell you honestly, I loved it. And I'm a counselor. I'm a guidance counselor. I have a degree in counseling. I actually felt bad for him. I thought it was pretty disturbing. I'm like, wow, that is pain right there. Look at that picture. That is pure pain. Man, can you imagine when they lose the next 5 games? Because they will.
I mean, they won 6-0 today or something, which is, I guess, is a bit.
They played West Brom's under 23s. Let's be serious.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
it's anything for them. It's anything for them at this point. I honestly, this was probably the funniest video of this week. I mean, Arsenal they are the gift that keeps on giving, and long may this continue, please, because we haven't got that long to wait till we play them, isn't it? So, I mean, if they're on a bad roll and we play them and we spank them, then that'll be absolutely amazing.
I got good news. They gave Arteta a vote of confidence.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
He can stay as long as he wants. Arteta in 100%. And I must admit, I've watched this about 10 times and it never gets less funny every time you watch it. It's just brilliant.
All right. On to the next one. Okay. So
this is new.
Yeah, this is new. This is new.
I've not seen this.
All right. Love this or hate this? Share.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I don't.
I'm trying to wonder why this is like a thing.
I'm trying to.
Because usually it's kids walking on the field. Yeah. These are not kids. These are some grown-ass women right here. These are not kids. So it's interesting. I'll start out. At first, I was just like, "Oh wow, these women are hot." I actually hated it. I don't know. It's
It just don't feel right.
Yeah, that is also
taking the innocence out of it a little bit. It's a bit like I don't know how I feel.
Is it because we associate it with kids being the mascot? So it's like you almost feel like it's I don't know. Like I just want to know why.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
my little sister was a mascot for Colchester United, and this has tainted it for me. Not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh.
No, I totally agree. Because at first I was just like, oh wow, these women are. They're beautiful, but I was just kind of like, the kids should be coming out, and it almost like to the sense of the over glorification, sexification of women, and so and I don't know. I didn't like it. So,
and do you think was there a crowd in that game as well? Do you think there might have been kids in the crowd as well? You never know. Like it's maybe not appropriate for certain crowds in a football game. So just loads of little things, I guess. I really don't know why they did this. Like, can anybody explain what the reason for this was? I just can't get my head around this.
It is very strange, I must say that. And I didn't even think of that, Darius. Like, if there's kids in there, like, it's not very suitable, is it? And I think this whole thing about this is going to sound like really like feminist, and I'm not a feminist by any stretch of imagination, but it is that sexualization of women that everyone
Yeah,
always
that was the word
complains
of-
about.
Mm.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, and like I said, I like a girl in a nice outfit, but for some reason I did not enjoy this. I was just like, oh, it's a little bit too much, and I was like, you know what? Let me put this on to see if people love it or hate it. Mari, the funniest man on YouTube channel. Oh, Bob, you are the man. Oh, you are the true Bob. But yeah, no, okay. I thought I was gonna be the only one that said didn't like it. Nah, didn't like it. Okay, we're on the same heartbeat. We're on the same page here.
Mm.
All right, the next one. This one is now you gotta
Oh, I
see
saw
the
this.
comment. You gotta see the comment. Is Yan saying Stevie, get out of my seat? Do you
Chip
love it,
say
Jan?
again.
I love it. I sat and watched this, and it was so funny. Obviously, Region was in the comments like, "Deli, get me a Coke," and he weren't getting him one. So, and then in the end, Region got Deli a Coke, and I thought that was funny. And then you've got Jan in the comments like, "Who's in my seat?" And Deli's like, "Oh, Stevie's in my seat," and he's like, "Stevie, get out of my seat," and he's like, "Well, I'm sorry, Jan, but this is how it is now. It's my seat, innit?
It is what it is.
It
It is
is what it is."
It is what it is. Darius, do you love it?
Oh, I love this. Stevie B, he's playing okay at the moment. He's feeling himself. He thought, you know what? I know Jan was a big boss back in the day, but I'm gonna plunk myself in here. I'm the guy now. So Jan, unfortunately, I know you're at Benfica. I know probably they got nice, comfortable seats there in Portugal. So I'm pretty sure you're chilling. I'm pretty sure the weather's better there. So I'm pretty sure you can give up your bus seat for Stevie B. He's doing all right. He's doing all right.
Jan,
What?
if you're watching, just let Stevie have it.
Just let him have it.
Just
It's
let him have
over.
it.
It's over. It's been a year now.
But what you know what I love about this? It's just that our former players, Lamela, Yan, Erickson, they all are surrounded by Spurs. You know, they still reach out to the current Spurs players, and that's why I kind of love it. Because Yan, I mentioned last week on the show that that's one of the people from the past, well, not deep past, but from the past that I would spend a day with because I think he would be total shithousery, as you can see here. So this is the reason why I chose Jan Vertonghen because he's a prankster. Super Jan is he's awesome. I love him. I love him. So we got.
I think we'll definitely see Jan Vertonghen back in an ambassador role when he retires. 100%. He loves Spurs.
Can he be our coach? I could see him being
Give him
our
the
coach.
badges. Give him the badges.
Yeah. I'm all for Jan being a future coach. I'm all for it. All right, this next one, I put about 8. So, all right, this is for the ladies if they're watching. But this is Mr. Gosh, I got a brain fart. Anthony Joshua at our stadium. Love it or you hate it?
He's an Arsenal fan.
Is he?
Yeah, so it just feels
I
a little
have
bit
no
like.
idea. What?
Is it? Oh, you just ruined for me, Shan.
I had no idea. I actually had no idea. I did not know.
I mean, I'm more than happy to watch Anthony Joshua with no top on boxing in our stadium. Like, don't get me wrong, but it does taint it a little bit that he's an Arsenal fan, and
we gotta change. We gotta change.
You don't know what he's like, what germs he's got like taken into our stadium, like Arsenal fans. Like, do you know what I mean?
He might bring that bad mojo into the stadium. Oh, Anthony Joshua, fuck off, piss off, get off. Darius, do you love this or you hate it?
I don't know. I don't know why I would love it and I don't know why I would hate it. Do you know what I mean? It's just if it means if that match or whatever the boxing match means that we're gonna sign an extra player, then I love it. Let's rake in all the money we can get from this boxing match and go and sign a couple players. But that's not how it works. So I mean, I'm probably gonna watch the fight. I'm probably gonna enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, he's an Arsenal fan. That is literally kind of just changed my whole opinion on this. Like, I did not know that. So I'm gonna have to hate it. I'm gonna have to hate it. Temporarily hate it.
You got people contesting that he's a Watford fan, so we'll find out. But I can't wait to see Tyson Fury and AJ if that happens. I mean, Who do you think all of England will pull for, Fury or Joshua?
Watford.
He's a Watford fan.
Yep, all is forgiven. We can love it
Okay,
again.
I love it. I love it. I
Oh,
love it.
yeah,
It's
I
good.
love it. I love it. I love it. Are you guys Team Fury or Team Joshua if they fight each other?
Joshua.
I'm Team
Joshua.
Fury. I'm not gonna lie. I'm Team Fury. I'm actually Team Fury. I'm actually Team Fury. Only because ever since I've seen that guy get knocked clean out, and get up, I'm thinking there's no way Anthony Joshua is going to be able to take a punch from him. If he can't take a punch from Andy Ruiz, I think Fury's going to be able to take a punch from Anthony Joshua. I really do think he'll be able to take a punch. A lot of people say that he's not going to be able to take a punch, but I think he will be able to take it, and I think he'll dish it back out, and I think we'll all be surprised, and he's going to sit at the top. I really do think so.
We got a lot of Fury fans here. Okay. We got
Telling you.
All right.
No,
man.
I'll take them all on, Mari. It's fine.
I'm Team Joshua. I'm Team Joshua. My mate that lives in Manchester, he actually filmed his JD commercials. I was supposed to go to his fight in New York, but that did not happen because of COVID. Yeah. All right, we got two more. Love it or hate it. We got this one that's coming up.
Oh.
Sky Sports. And you could add the Sun and all the other the Sun, Gary Neville, who else? Talk Sport. Yeah, pretty much the media. Shan, love them or do you hate them?
Hate them.
Yeah.
I can't stand them. And earlier they were like, obviously Arsenal were winning 3-0 against West Brom's under 23s, and they were like bigging Arsenal up, and I was like, if this was Spurs, you'd be absolutely rinsing us. If Spurs played their first team against what was effectively West Brom's under 23 team, we would be getting absolutely rinsed. But they're like, Arsenal were playing really well, and I'm just like, I mean, I actually thought West Brom were the better team until the first goal went in. So, yeah, I don't like them. I can't say I like it. I still pay to watch them every month, but what else can you do?
I feel you. I feel you on that. Darius, hate them or love them?
They've been moving very, very crazy recently. That's all I can say. I've grew up loving Sky Sports. Like that's like my childhood. Like any kid who grew up in England knows that like Sky Sports, like in the morning, Gillette Soccer Saturday, that's all you kind of grew up on. But you know what? It's so crazy because I never really believed in these sort of agendas against Spurs. I always used to think sort of us as fans maybe felt a bit sorry for ourselves. And I thought, yeah, it's just maybe we don't see as much success, so we try and make an excuse. But you know what? Some of the disgraceful things I've seen. I saw a Sky Sports article saying that Martial was going to be in a swap deal with Kane.
Also, in the match commentary, when Kane got booked for time wasting, they were like, "Oh, Guardiola will love that." It's things
It's
like
just
that,
ridiculous.
and you just think, "What? He's playing on the pitch in a Spurs shirt. Don't be so disrespectful." And Carve, to be fair, came out today and said, like, we need to be respectful to Spurs fans now. Like, he's come out and said he's going to stay. Why are we now trying to like say he's
End the
going to go in
conversation?
January?
Yeah.
Just let them have their moment. And I thought that, to be fair, that's the first nice thing that's come out. They've been doing some big moves.
They've had a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same way here in the States. I hate Sky Sports. I don't know who's worse, ESPN FC or Sky Sports. I mean, ESPN FC, when we beat Manchester City, it was the third story behind the opening of the league. Was it? Yeah, the Serie A and another story. I mean, They really hate Spurs. I do not know why there's an agenda towards Spurs. I tell them all piss off because you know what? You're disappointed. You're crying. Condolences. You wanted that Kane move to Manchester City, and all of you took a big L, right? Took a big L because you're lost. You're lost, and now you have nothing else to talk about. Maybe about the January transfer window, which is ridiculous because you know a player like Kane's caliber ain't going to go out in January. So, Sky Sports, stop your agenda. All right, Tottenham is one of the biggest clubs in the world, in England. Love them, love them. You know, I just
Do you
get
know
sick and
what
tired.
do you know what I think the problem is? They've always been like, because obviously all the money previously has been in Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea. Like that's where it's always been, and I think they see Tottenham as a bit of a threat to that. I think that's genuinely what it is. Like Tottenham are always this team that could potentially do something, but then you've got Leicester that are sort of like that now as well, and you'd think they don't do it with Leicester.
Mm.
It just seems mad to me. Like
I don't understand it. I can understand it from the team standpoint because here in the States, Tottenham, I mean, has eaten up Manchester's United's market share since the early 2000s, big time. And so I can understand from the team standpoint, but for the media, you want to promote all the good teams that are playing well. So I don't get that. How you have a commentator blatantly asking, doing a proposal for Manchester United. I mean,
Mm.
Gary Neville, I think he's a smart man, but then when he talks about Tottenham, he's a big dickhead. Like seriously, like I don't get that. I don't
Mm.
like.
Do you
I
think
think
it's
the fact
because we're an easy target? Do you think it's because we sort of because we're that team that hasn't won anything? Obviously, our biggest rivals are historically because it's been about 17 years since they've won anything significant. They are always going to have a massive fan base. They're always going to be able to rag on us and sort of overpower Tottenham on a media standpoint. Obviously, Man United have signed a lot of our big players. Chelsea, again, London rivals. All these clubs who are our rivals have bigger sort of not bigger fan bases, but they have a bigger history and they have bigger recent history that can sort of they can use that on us, and we don't really have anything to sort of go back on. And I think the media are sort of now tagged onto that and they're sort of beating us with a
that
really old stick now because I'm so bored of it.
I
No,
think as well, like when it like they're always like think what you want of Enoch and Levy, but they'll always come out and say shit about Enoch and Levy. But you've got the Glazers at Manchester United that are fucking just as bad. Like you've got a look.
Cronkies.
Cronky don't even know what colour Arsenal play in. Like you've got all these, but you've got all these like owners of clubs, and they're an absolute disgrace. Yet the other thing, like they're all about footballs for the fans. Yet they're up Manchester City's arse, who just who's like with oil money buy everything. And Gary Neville even entertaining that interview with Harry Kane before the end of the season was an absolute disgrace as
disgrace,
well.
disgraceful, disgraceful.
And they tried to be
Oh,
sneaky and stick it on the Golf Channel, so it didn't really look like it was Sky Sports either. Like we
yeah.
see you.
We see you, Gary Neville. Piss off. And then the last but not least, Harry Kane.
Controversial.
Love it or hate it. Now that we know what we know now, do we love it or hate it?
Oh.
What was that sound, Shan?
Oh, Harry Kane, Harry Kane, Harry Kane. I'm still a bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna say love just because I think he has done a lot. Like he's a Spurs boy, and I think he's been badly advised. He's been badly represented. If I mean, I love what he does. Like, and as soon as he come, like now he's back in the right frame of mind and he's banging in the goals, and I think that's fine. Obviously, the last few weeks have been a bit of a blip. He needs to sack Charlie Kane.
I
100%.
think he has.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that in itself. I think, I think he, like, obviously he was at golf with Jamie Redknapp, weren't he? And he said, like, I love Spurs, but he is a fan just like all of us. We love Spurs, but we get frustrated through the lack of ambition, and it's no different for Harry Kane. So you can sort of understand it on a personal level. He wants to be successful in his career, and none of us begrudge him wanting to leave, but it's the way his camp have gone about trying to engineer that, and Charlie Kane go into the media, even so early as yesterday, sneaking like leaking stuff into the media to try and like, yeah, I love Harry Kane, but the situation has been a shocker for me.
Tom says Tottenham Hotspur Football Club is bigger than Sky. That's why they hate us so much. True. They wet dream about us, about being as big as us. Totally agree. They only oppose the ESL too because they wouldn't have the broadcasting rights to it. It's all about the money. Yep. Love it. No other option but to love it. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Harry Kane. Yeah. No, definitely. Would let would let him my wife. He's not quite at that level of Bill love.
I
Wow.
wonder what Bale love is then. Wow, jeez.
Yeah. I hate the situation, but I love him at the moment. Yeah, I'm the same way. Don't start Mario on Charlie King. Last time he wanted a minute analogy on the girl he met on holiday. Yeah, I did. Oh, I have another one. Oh, trust me, it's coming. I have another one. Oh yeah. All right. So on to our next topic. Let me move this comment right here. Our next topic one, as you guys know, Love Island is a very popular show. And I'm not gonna lie, I watch Love Island. Um, a girl that I was interested in who lived in England got me on it, and ever since I've just watched, just predicting the couples who's gonna work out and stuff like that. So I say this because our next topic is called recoupling the starting 11. Recoupling the starting 11. And so we know there are certain positions that you can't recouple. Harry Kane's starting spot, Sonny, Hoiberg. So there are some other spots that are available, and here we are. Let's recouple. All right. Currently, we have Jeff Tanganga. Let's go back. Jeff Tanganga as our right back. Shan, will you stay with Jeff Tanganga, or you will recouple with Matt Doherty or Serge Aurier? Because pretty much we're not going to get rid of him. I don't think so.
I mean, you've got to stay with Jeff at Tanganga, haven't you? Anyone that doesn't is crazy, I think.
Okay, so you choose to recouple with Tanganga. Oh, stay with Tanganga.
They,
Okay.
I'll stay with Tanganga.
Okay. Darius, are you staying with Tangangsta? Or you going with Matt and Serge?
Yeah, no, I can't even. I was going to maybe suggest playing devil's advocate, but there's absolutely no way. I just realized the two players that I'm looking at and the performances that Tanganga's put in, and where me personally, I do sort of prefer a more attacking right back, just because I think that defensively, when you have Højbjerg, Skip, and two centre backs, I think you have enough defensive quality there to be able to cover you. But I think with the way that Aurier is sort of treating the club and the fact that he doesn't really want to stay, and I just think Matt Doherty just isn't that good anymore. I think there's only one option, like you said, and that is your boy Jaffet. So I think he's doing well, but I still think we should go and get another maybe forward-thinking right back in the transfer window.
And normally I would put someone else, but we're not linked to anybody because
no, unfortunately.
So unfortunately, because I would probably put Max Irons there, but unfortunately, he's not there. So we'll go on to our next one. Okay, we're still, if you believe it, we're still somewhat linked to him or not linked to him, or we stay with Sanchez, or we're coupling by trying to still get Tomiyasu. Shan.
Oh, I mean, I've still got a lot of faith in Big Dave. I've still got a lot of faith in him.
Big Dave.
That's an amazing nickname, by the way.
Big Dave.
Amazing. That might have to get used a lot more now.
Yeah.
I think Tomiyasu is a lot more flexible. Like, he can play across the back line, and we could probably use him a little bit more when we're short elsewhere. But I think based on current form, I've got to stay with Big Dave.
Big Dave, okay. Darius.
Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to say goodbye to Big Dave, and I think he's leaving the Villa today because unfortunately I have a big love for Takahiro Tomiyasu. And I think Shan, you made the best point that I was going to make about him just being so versatile, and I have to agree with you again. Sanchez has had a great start to the season. Even the Chelsea and Arsenal game in preseason, he was pretty amazing, and I think it would be very harsh to sell him, but at the same time, out of the centre-backs that we've got, he's got the most value and he's been linked with the most teams. So if we're going to be able to sort of flog players to sort of pay for other players that we need in different positions, you might have to sometimes take that sacrifice. And unfortunately, I've seen Sanchez play 5-6 good games and then do ballerina spins and fall on his face against Man City. So unfortunately, because of that reason, I'm gonna hold my my past judgment on Sanchez to be what it still is, and I think that he probably will come to not be as consistent as we thought. So I'm gonna take Tomiyasu. We're gonna train him up. We're gonna make him our new centre back and right back, and he's gonna be amazing.
All right, so you go with Big Tom. Okay.
Big Tom, Big Dave out, Big Tom in.
Big Tom. Well, this is a tough choice. Ever since coming back from Colombia, Big Dave has been playing big, and don't ask me why I know this, but the Colombians men are top 10 as world big endowed. So you were not wrong about Big Dave. So I don't know why I just split that stat. Maybe the alcohol's probably kicking in, but I'm gonna go with talent, and I'm going to go with just a marketing ploy. I'm going to go with Big Tom.
Oh, what's your name? Daniel Levy? Christ, marketing. Jesus.
The evil genius. I know I went my inner Daniel Levy on that one. I'm going with Tomiyasu on that one. We're a coupling on that one. The next one is, I think this one's a good one. All right, we're couple or stay. Eric Dyer or Romero. We're going by the premise you have to fight for your spot. Shan, Moon Boots or Romero?
Oh. Do you know what? Right. Eric Dyer absolutely infuriates me sometimes, but I really believe there's something in there that, like, oh yeah, you've got to recouple with Romero. I can't even debate. Like, I can't even do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Shan. I was like, something's going wrong here. Oh wow. Views on Spurs says, I got a question for the panel. Do you think last season being in and out of the team maybe reflected Sanchez's form? Whereas he plays week in, week out, he could be a different player. That's actually a good question.
I think as well, like, I think he was so scared of making a mistake that he was making more. I think because Jose isn't exactly the best people person, and he'd call out players if they made mistakes, i.e. the ballerina spin and fall on your face against Manchester City, which we all have absolute nightmares about. I had it in my head on the train on the way to the stadium, like, when we played City. I was like, oh my God, what if he does that again? Like, it genuinely has lingered with me. But yeah, I do think it affected him, and I think Jose knocked his confidence a little bit. He never had a good run in the team. He was always tinkering with the back four, and I think the best teams have a solid defense that play together week in, week out. So yeah, I definitely think that did affect him.
Yeah. Yeah. So Darius, Dyer or Romero?
Feels so harsh. I know it's only 2 games in, but it does feel harsh. By the way, goodbye, Eric. Again, out the Villa. Christian's in. It feels harsh. Those two have had really good starts to the season, but I've seen these guys have a good run of 5, 6, 7 games, and like you said, consistency is what you need. And maybe Sanchez will be better playing a game in, game out, but at the end of the day, we've seen this for 2-3 years now, and for Dyer even longer. And I think Christian Romero will be that sort of player to sort of grab the Premier League by the throat and say, I want to prove myself. And I think his interceptions especially will be incredibly helpful for Nuno, just because he wants to sort of get that ball going straight into attack from defense straight away. The transitions from defense to attack are so quick. So if you've got someone who can intercept and then play a ball straight away, it's going to help with our whole game plan. So I think Nuno and all of us will probably want to recouple, but that's a harsh one. That is a harsh. Both of them are harsh ones, to be fair, because they played really well, and I think we're all surprised at that. So yeah, hopefully they can. And it's good that we have to make a hard decision, because we've not really had that in a while, sort of having to choose between almost 4 centre backs. So yeah, it's a good choice to have.
I think the other thing that sort of just about pips Eric Dyer with is his age as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think Eric Dyer's 28 now.
Yeah, I think so.
And he's not exactly the quickest person, is he?
Yeah.
He's quick enough when he needs to go for a quick crap in the toilet.
I know.
Yeah.
But like I said, Christian Romero just offers a little bit more, and I think him and Big Dave could be that beast of a centre back pairing that we've always wanted.
Yeah.
Since Jan and Toby, obviously.
Well, my choice is I went to Casa Amor, came back recoupled with Romero. Easily Romero. Yes, the Argentinian. Sorry, Dyer. But your ashes will be buried under the stadium. So
I think
he's never leaving.
To have in the squad as well. I think he is good to have in the squad. I don't think we should be getting rid of him.
I totally agree.
He's good to have in the squad, but just for his leadership qualities, and if there's any fights in the stadium, because he can come and sort them all out.
And he actually does love the club as well. Like, even though it's crazy that he wants his ashes being spread in the stadium. I don't know if I want Eric Dyer's ashes at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but yeah, no, he clearly loves the club, and I think, like he said, having that around the team and showing that, and I think Nuno wants that as well. He wants everybody to be playing for the team, and like he said, not for the wages anymore, which certain players are. So,
totally agree. All right, we got a few more. All right.
Ooh.
Reguilón or Session? Shan.
Stay with Reguilón.
Okay.
I love Reguilón. I think he's got such a good vibe. Like his response to Harry Kane's tweet today literally just melted me. I was like, oh. And like I said, like he's blatantly someone that would listen to Enrique Iglesias, and that's something I can fully get behind. I think he'd be great fun.
Enrique Iglesias, okay. Are you a big Enrique Iglesias fan?
I wouldn't say I'm a massive fan, but sometimes when an Enrique song comes on in the car, I'm like, yeah, I can get behind this, and 9 times out of 10 I don't skip it. So
okay. I've seen Shan has had a couple of days in Marbella or Ibiza. This is good. I like his dad Julio, for any old school people. He's a legend. Darius, Sergio or Ryan?
I think I have to stay as well, because even though Ryan Session, I think, will have a decent season this season, Reguilón is a better player in all sort of aspects. I think he's a quicker player. I think he's defensively better. I think he can also play in more positions. I don't think Session would be able to play as a left back in a 4. I think Reguilón could play in a left back in a 4, left back in a 5, and I even think he could play left wing if we really needed him to. So I think that Reguilón, just because of his pace and his sort of he seems to be getting his stamina back. Really, his stamina against Wolves last game was amazing. He was making darting runs all the way to the 90th minute. So yeah, he's looking good. He's going under the radar as well, because not a lot of people have really been acknowledging his performances. So I would definitely say that Reguilón is to stay, and I expected to see the best of Reguilón very, very soon. And I always knew from when he came from Sevilla that he was going to be a great signing, and we picked him from Real Madrid when they needed money to obviously fund for this Kylian Mbappe move. So I think we'll look back at this and say, yeah, this was a pretty much a coup. So yeah, definitely stay.
Well, he's still so young as well. Like I
think he's 23, isn't he?
Yeah. So you think with Reguilón, that the Big Dave and Cuti Romero and Tanganga, you've got a back 4 there that could easily play together for the next sort of 7-8 years.
Yeah.
So, and Reguilón, I think he could really push on and become one of the best left backs in the league if he really has his mind at it. And again, he's just such a likable. I know we don't really want to keep players because they're likable, but he's a good talent. He's young and he's mega likable, which is what we want.
Yeah, I would stay with Reggie. If I look at him as our Jordi Alba, if you look what Jordi Alba can do, you know, he plays good defense. I wouldn't say he's the most excellent defender, but he is great advancing on the flanks on Jordi Alba and plays a solid defense. I think he, you know, Reguilon could definitely be that, you know. So Bob thinks Session will be the best player in the world. Mark my words. I mean, Session has the talents. I mean, he does. I just see him maybe converting into a winger. You know, especially that the game last week against Passoff. Between him and Gil, I was getting excited every time they advanced the ball. Though I mean, it didn't amount to anything, but you can see the potential. So, I think Session, I think he might end up playing another position. Thinking he might be able to play left wing, though that's preoccupied with Sonny currently. So we'll see. We'll definitely see.
Sonny is like he's only 29, but you think how young Sess is, he could definitely succeed Sonny if he puts his mind to it. But then you've also got Brian Hill, who's one of the most exciting young prospects in the world at the minute. So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see how it all pans out.
Okay.
Good competition.
It's about to get interesting right now. The recoupling. This is the tough one. Oliver Skip or Frank Kessie. If you believe the rumors, if Kessie comes in, he's taking somebody's place. And it's not Hoiberg. Is he taking Skip's place? Are you staying or are you recoupling? Drama! Shit.
This is worse than when Toby recoupled with Abby and left Chloe just stood there on her own. Like, this is worse than that, Mari. I can't believe you're doing this to us.
This is true. I wasn't planning on making this easy.
This is actually horrible. This is the worst one.
This is
We got some responses here. Bob says Kessie all day. Sorry, Skip. You're no Kessie, brother. Wow. Views on Spurs says stay.
I'm gonna go with thinking of this in a practical way, and that we need homegrown players in the squad and stay with Skip.
Yeah, that's a great shout.
Stay with Skip.
It's a great shout.
Oh, all right. Darius. Tom says Kessie's world class. Skip will be. Skip got a higher ceiling.
Mari, why couldn't you choose Sissoko and Kessie? That would have been a much easier choice. Would have been able to say that with my eyes good.
That would have been Kessie. Next.
Let me go for. I'm gonna have to say recouple, and this is only because I think Oliver Skip would still play a lot of games even if Kessie came in and took his place. I think that there's enough games out there to sort of spread that sort of workload. But then again, I think to myself, if he's having constant game time in that Spurs 11 and he seems like he's fitting perfectly, that's only going to help his development. I actually don't know. I don't know. I've already made my decision, but I feel like I've already made a mistake. I'm going to have to stick with what I'm going for, but I love Oliver Skip with all of my heart. I think he's literally destined for the top. He's going to be in England's team easily, and not this World Cup maybe, but the following World Cup 100%, and those following Euros 100%. So I think, it's a hard one. Please give him another chance. Like, bring him back next season. Can we do something? Because we can't lose Oliver Skip. He's got to stay somehow. Mari, please.
Do I go with my heart or do I go with my head?
basically the option is, right, you've got you're in a bar and you've got this really, really hot girl who's just like seducting you, but you've got this lovely wife at home, and it's like, do you stick with your lovely wife or do you go for the really, really good looking girl?
Kessie's 23, 24.
He's young.
He's young.
Oof, oof.
Shan. There's a famous country song. It's about remix it. Stand by your girl. Cause she is something loyal. Something. Damn. My head say Cassie all day, but my heart is I love Skip. I love
love
Skip.
him.
That's what I love Skip. Oh, damn. I can't believe I'm saying this because I said, if man, we got Kessie, I'm streaking naked, butt ass naked in the streets of Orlando. If we got Kessie, oh man, I love Skip. But Kessie scores goals. He scored like 13 goals last year.
Yeah, quite a few were penalties, but he did score a lot of goals, didn't he?
Oh, shit.
Why?
I'm gonna go Skip. I'm gonna go Skip.
Oh, he did it.
I'ma stay. I'm
Respectful.
crazy. I'ma stay.
Respectful.
I'ma stay. I'm gonna be loyal. They say guys are not loyal. We'll be. I'll be loyal. I'm going with. I'm going with Skip. And the last one might be a no-brainer or it might be tough. This is the last one. Oh no, that's not the last one.
Oh man.
Juicy.
I like this. I'm gonna have to sit up. I'm gonna have to sit up for this one.
I told you.
Oh.
I'm not playing with this one. Dele Ali or Oria.
All I'm gonna say is, we've got Ali, Dele Ali. I just don't think you understand. He only costs 5 mil. He's better than Özil. We've got Dele Ali.
Yep.
Dele 100%. With the progress he's making this season.
100%.
Dele.
100%.
Am I gonna disagree with you guys again? Am I really gonna do this? I just think that Aouar is just.
But he's a player from Lyon, coming from the
I know. That's what I mean, and you're so right about Dele Alli's improvement. He's been probably one of our top 3 players at the start of the season. My only thing is, again, it's the consistency. Are we seeing a change or are we seeing a hot streak? Because I take you back to the time that Mourinho came to Tottenham and he was great for 6 or 7 games. That little flick that set up Son's run for the goal in the first game against West Ham, that was amazing, but we didn't see much of it afterwards. So
you've also got Jose Mourinho, who's like, you're a fucking lazy trainer. You're this, you're that.
I think I'm gonna have to stick
a man manager.
I was gonna say Cody Mack is here and he's talking facts, and I think I'm gonna have to stick with our creative wise. We need that creativity, and Ali one too many times has proven to me that he cares about that Fashion Nova Boohoo Man contract way more than the pitch. So I'm gonna have to recouple.
I love his Rastafari look, Mr. Dele Marley. But as my boy Cody Mack, who I was trying to get on the show, but he doesn't have mail. I can't mail him, so I have to find another way to talk to him to get him on the show. But Oriar, all damn day, I'm taking him over Ali. Recouple. Love you, Dele Ali. But bye-bye.
That's harsh. That's so harsh.
Bye-bye. Aria could create. That's what we need. It makes
Delhi, man, Delhi is one of the most skillful, creative players that you'll ever see. He just needs to get back that.
Are you
Oh
talking about his brother or Dele Alli? No.
no, not his brother. His brother can fuck off. We're talking about the real Delhi.
Oh, okay. Well, man, I mean, I love Ali, but I just think there's greener pastures in this French-speaking country called France, and I think Paris is calling Dele Alli. I think it's a new era. Oriar, if we can, complete this deal, then Oriar all damn day. I'm with Oriar all damn day. Dele gives it to Scum and Chelsea when he scores. I don't forget, we'll always love Dele. That is true. Oriar, as long as Norm Dembele goes the other way. Oh hell yeah, I agree. Aurier can F off. Oh well, okay. Twitter, Mari, yes. Because I was trying to message you last night and I couldn't. What has Dele created the last 2
He
years?
hasn't been in the team though, bless him. And he did score that really, really good goal in the Europa League. Let's not forget that. That was
Oh
one of
yeah, the
goals
bicycle.
for me.
He did.
That was
Mm.
brilliant.
And he did get with Pep's daughter. So that was, some
He
good
did, so
infiltration.
he scored with Pep's daughter, yeah. And
Tactics.
He scored
he's
Pep's
got
daughter.
he's got as many Champions League runner-up medals as Pep as well. So
Cody, that does count for something. Yeah, he did score with Pep's daughter, which truly affected Manchester City. I could not recover fast enough. I would give Ellie away free if I could. Yes, Cody Mack has created loads. Look at his dreads he created. And then Views on Spurs says he's going silent on all his haters this year. I'm going to have to love every single bit of it. Okay. This last one might be hard. It may not be hard. Let's see. Recouple or stay?
Oh my
Lucas
gosh.
Moura, Steven Bergwijn, Adam
is that
Tamora,
Ronaldo?
and Ronaldo is still. Ronaldo still, if you can see the spelling, he's still available technically, so he's on the market.
There is no question. I think we can all unanimously make this decision, can't we? I hope we can, because there's only one answer in my head right now. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care if we go into crippling debt. I need Ronaldo in a Spurs shirt.
Let's
Do you
find
know
out.
what? I turned around and like on the cheese room we were talking about this, and I literally said if Ronaldo scores, if Ronaldo signs, I will run down Tottenham High Road naked. I literally said that because I know it's just not going to happen.
Oh, never,
yeah.
ever in a million thousand years. But we can all dream though.
I'll run ass naked. I'm 22 running naked. All right, so
Yeah,
are you recoupling? You recoupling?
Oh, if I could, I would. If I could, I would.
With who?
Ronaldo.
Bergie? Ronaldo? Okay. Darius. This is a tough choice.
Has to be Ronaldo. I know there's our friend, the WWE wrestler Adama Traore. I call him the Black Brock Lesnar. But I just think that if Ronaldo is here and I'd give Ronaldo whatever he wanted. He can have half the stadium. You can call it the CR7 stadium. You can do what you want. Ronaldo would do anything. He'd do amazing things for all of us and any club that he went to. So, but if we're going to be realistic, I think I'd probably, if there was no Ronaldo, I think I'd probably keep Lucas Moura.
Oh no, I would recouple with Bergie.
Would you?
Oh.
I think I'd keep Lucas. I've got a soft spot for Lucas. I think he's been probably one of our best players from the end of last season towards this season. I think he worked so hard. But Bergwijn has been good as well. He's worked very, very hard to get into shape. So
well, my choice is it's easy. You got two guys who are suffering from goal erectile deficiencies on that line. You got Bergie and you got Torre, where they're not bringing pleasure to Spurs fans. It's an easy choice. It is Mr. Portuguese himself, Ronaldo. Cody Mack says Birdman has higher ceiling. Well, he is younger than Ronaldo, but
I think he'd have to score like 60 goals a season.
Honestly, I just think like if Bergwijn worked on like I don't even think that it's that he can't. He's not a Traore. He has got end product. I think it's just that he gets so in his head and he runs so fast. He's like, by the time he's in the box, he's like, oh, where am I? What have I got to do? And he just loses all concentration. I think if he can work on that and build some confidence, we've got a player on our hands in Bergie. Honestly, I think he could be phenomenal.
And my comment was breaking news: female Spurs fan Shan seen running up naked down the high road. In other news, Spurs signed Ronaldo. Well, you forgot me. I promised to run naked. Come on, Tom. Come on. Show me some love, man. But yeah, I would, if you gave me the choice between Bergwijn and Traore, actually Bergwijn and Lucas Moura, I would actually say Bergwijn. I think when he scores his first Premier League goal of the season, I think he's going to explode. And people are gonna say, Eve, Mari, you're crazy. You're delusional. And I might be, because I said Lo Celso will be the key person for us being top 4. And the first 2 games, I don't know if that's the.
Yeah, but to be fair to Lo Celso, he hasn't played he's come on as a sub, hasn't he? And he's not been bad as a sub. I think there's only so much you can do in his position, being brought on. But I think if he gets a run in the team, he could. But who do we take out of that midfield 3? Because none of them deserve to be taken out for Lo Celso, and I think that's the biggest problem he's got at the moment.
Yeah, and before I go off the subject, with Traore, honestly, 40 mil, like if we're gonna pay 40 mil for him, like there's the Biltzer who's available for 15 mil. There's Damsgaard for 25 mil. There's other players. Would you pay for? I mean, man, Wolves is trying to fleece us. I call that fleecing. 40 mil.
I've heard that they want more than what they got for Jota from Liverpool as well, and Jota scores
goals. Oh, fuck off! Fuck off!
Jota was 45.
No.
Oh, hell no! Hell no!
Absolutely not.
Hell to the no! What? No. Jota is good. I would rather pay 40 mil for not Neves, the other one. Again, brain fart. Who's the other one on their team?
Pedro Neto.
Neto. I would rather
I'd have Neto. But he's injured at the minute, isn't he? But Neves. If you're talking Neves, I'd have Neves.
Hey, if we went after Neves, I would run naked for him. I would run naked. I would just my pants if we got Neves. Yeah.
Maybe TMI.
It's Love Lounge.
We are on the Love Lounge. Actually, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that.
Hey, you were talking about giving up your left kidney for Kessie.
Yeah, I'm thinking of both of them at this point because we've still got Soko and Winks, so I might have to just have no kidneys at this point if it means we get Kessie.
Did you have to bring that up, Darius? I was in my happy place.
Actually, I would give up my firstborn for Kessie. And I don't have kids yet, but if I would, yeah, I definitely would. All right, so the next topic that we're going to get to before we get to the question of the week is going back to our story of the day. Let me pull it up and let me remove this. And let me pull up Bob's special file because he made this. He wants all the glory.
Of course.
Let's watch. Mr. Harry Kane. So, I know we talked about this earlier about Harry Kane, and I want to bring up the picture. So, Harry Kane, we are so happy that he's back with us.
Mm.
But is there groveling that he needs to do in soccer terms to fully get our love, or we are completely sold? We're like, baby, we don't care. We're all yours. You can jump in back in our Spurs bedroom. There's nothing you need to do extra. You've done enough. Shan, are you fully forgotten what Harry has done? And you're like, Harry, baby, I'm yours.
So this is kind of like you and your boyfriend have a bit of a break, and you sort of he done something really bad, and you're not very happy with it, so you're on a bit of a break. But actually now you're starting to get over it. But that you're not you're not on a break anymore. But they're on the sofa. They're not allowed in the bed just yet. That's Harry
Okay.
Kane right now. He's on the sofa, but not quite in the bed. For me,
Oh, he's on the sofa. Okay.
he's
Okay.
allowed back in the house, but just not in the bed. If he scores a few goals and he kisses the badge and he claps the fans, he can get back in the bed.
Oh, okay. Okay. Welcome, Bob.
What the fuck have I just come into?
Yeah, I don't know what worst timing possible, mate.
You just
But
came
that's thanks to your amazing creation. So you can only blame yourself. You can only blame yourself.
we just came into Harry Kane, and what does he need to do to be fully 100% in? Are we fully ready? Has he done enough, or there's more grafting, or is there more groveling he needs to do? And Shan just said he's sleeping on the couch. He's sleeping on the couch. He is not in the bedroom. So, Darius, is he on the couch? Is he in the bedroom? Is he where? Where is he?
I think, to be honest with you guys, as much as you know what we're gonna do, we're gonna play the pretending to be angry game where you won't speak to your partner, you won't want to talk to them, you want to make them feel like you're angry, but deep down inside, you're not angry, and it will take probably the first goal that he scores for everybody to be open arms and welcome him back. So I just think it's until he scores, and then he will be back into everybody's bed sheets, because that's how fickle we are, and that's how much we really love Harry Kane, because deep down inside, we all know that we need him to have a decent to good season. So let's do this. Harry Kane, first goal he scores, everybody will be backing for him.
We're on a break.
Cody Mack says we're on a break. So THFC is Jeff Aniston, and Harry Kane is David Schwimmer.
Perfect analogy.
Perfect analogy.
Exactly it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Got to play catch up, Bob. Yeah. Oh yeah, we discussed a lot. Bob is join and thinking, what the fuck? Yeah.
Cody,
He'll be back he'll be back.
If he scores a couple on Sunday and he does what I've said, he may well be back on Sunday. But until he does, he's on the sofa.
If he scores on Sunday, he'll be scoring more than once, if you know what I'm saying. I think we're fickle, aren't we, mate? He was in the shit house. I totally still think he acted like a dick. But if he scores a couple of goals, man, he'll be Ballon d'Or for Harry Kane.
That's so true.
We're football fans. We're fickle, man. We're fickle.
Darius?
Yeah, I mean, it's only one. There's only one way. Harry Kane is gonna stay in all of our hearts, whether we like it or not. And at the end of the day, I think he's gonna probably have a better season than we all think, because he's gonna feel disrespected. Like, yeah, he's gonna be like 75 mil, 25 mil add-ons. He's taking the mick out of me, mate. Like, let me show you what I'm really worth. So, and he might even be trying to push for a contract as well. So I think Harry Kane will probably score a lot of goals this season.
Yeah. I look at this, and here's Mari's the love doctor analogy. Here it goes. I think it's a situation where, as Spurs fans, as that guy, he breaks up with that girl. She's sleeping on the couch for a second. Because it's just like, man, I haven't had this for a while. I don't care what you do on Sunday. You're coming into the bedroom. All is forgiven. Harry, we love you. Give us some loving. All right? You know, I'm sleeping on the couch. I was just playing. All right? You can sleep on the bed. All right? And whatever happens, shit happens. You know?
From what
And
you're
so,
saying, there's more going on in that bed than sleeping, Mari. Cross.
yeah, you're probably right. But you know, it's just
He's not just
reconciliation.
in, he's in.
He's in. He's definitely in. All is reconciled. All is forgiven. Just score some goals. Let's get top 4. Fuck it. Let's go for the lead because we're undefeated. It's all good. It's all good, baby. It's all good. It's all good. You know? But I have a question. A reverse question, right? As you can see, by this disrespectful offer that Manchester City has offered, right? Were they truly fully into him like they were Grealish? Because I mean, it seemed they did that quick. They were like, "We want Grealish," and everybody in the right mind knows Kane's better than Grealish. I mean, what is wrong with Manchester City? They're having a bad week. No fans showing up, and now not grafting correctly. Shan, your opinion?
They're absolutely mental because they're crying out for a decent striker.
Mm.
That was the difference between them and us. Well, we didn't have a striker either, but yeah, they didn't really need Grealish. I think Grealish was a bit of a vanity signing because he's like the darling of the England football team and everyone loves him and he's a popular character. I think that's the reason City have gone for him. It's a commercial thing. Whereas with Harry, he's not. I think to us we love Harry, but as a person, he's not particularly likable, is he? Like he doesn't really have any sort of charisma or appeal to anyone but Tottenham fans. So yeah, whereas Jack Grealish is like this cheeky brummy lad, like oi oi sort of thing. But Harry Kane's just a bit boring. So I think to us, obviously, Harry Kane is worth all of that, but obviously City didn't feel the same. And if I was Harry Kane, I'd be incredibly pissed off because that is an insult. And I think he's going to have an absolute beast of a season because he's going to be like, look what you've missed out on. You've disrespected me. And I can see him signing a new contract as well.
So basically, what you guys say in England, he's been mugged off by Manchester, right? City?
Oh, yeah.
He got mugged off. Yeah.
Proper mugged off.
Yeah. No one wants to like be mugged off, you know? Yeah. Darius.
Yeah. I mean, Harry Kane, he's always going to be a fantastic striker. I think you're never going to ever get angry at him for a long time unless he was to really, really do things disgraceful. I think we all, like Bob said, I think we're all angry at the way he sort of tried to maneuver a move. But at the end of the day, it's Harry Kane. And I don't like saying that because he's not bigger than the club at all. But he's done a lot for us in the past seasons. And I think that inevitably it's down to the club to sort of support him in what he wants to achieve, isn't it? And we should sort of be on the level of his ambition if we want to compete, because he is the level that we have to be at and the sort of players have to be at to sort of be competing at this stage now. So I can't get angry at him wanting to do better, but I can get angry at him for sort of trying to find the easy way out. But I mean, yeah, Harry Kane will always have a place in Spurs fans' hearts, regardless of if they admit it or not. He will always be a Spurs legend. So I think he will have like Shan said, he'll have a great season, and I think it will be one of his best. And you know what? If we can win a trophy, I think if we win that FA Cup, I think he will probably sign a big fat deal and will probably stay.
Yeah, Bob.
FA Cup or top 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, no point keeping or having Kane staying and not building a team around him. I don't think there's any shame in saying we need to build a team around Kane. We're lucky to have one of the best strikers in the world playing for Spurs. It's common sense. You build the team around the best player, and our best player is Harry Kane. So we need to show it. I'm sure there was an argument earlier that the way business has been done this season probably convinced him to stay. I'm sorry, he's not going to be looking at a Galini or a Romero or a Gill and thinking, you know what? Okay, they mean business. No. It would have been a conversation with both Daniel Levy and the Don, discussing how what they got, what their vision is, and where their ambitions lie. Because he ain't going to settle for a Galini, a Romero, and a Hill. We need more than that. Right now, we're a weaker team. We're a weaker squad, numbers wise and quality wise, than what we were last season. So I'm sure he's been given assurances, and the board need to pull through. I'm not going to mention Parati's name because he's obviously reliant on Levy signing the checks, and it is still Levy signing the checks. So we need to do a lot more. Let's do as much as we can this window, then next window, and end of the season. I think we need to go away from the mindset that Harry Kane's going to stay just one season and then move on. No, fuck that. At the end of the season, the way we're going to do business, if we put an ambition in place and we make it clear to Harry Kane which way we're going, we want Harry Kane to turn around at the end of the season and say, you know what, I'm staying. I can see a vision here. So, no, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. I don't agree with some of the fan base's mindset. So at least we've got him till next summer, regardless of what he said in his statement. No. End of the season, Harry Kane needs to turn around and be convinced that we're ready to go to the next level. We're deserving of one of the best players in world football. So it's up to the board now. It's in the ball. The ball is in the board's court. Too many bees in that sentence.
I will 100% agree. I posted this on Twitter.
You're gonna be sick.
No, I'm good. That was just the drinky drink. Yes. No, we did. Just because he's coming back doesn't mean that we stop. We keep pressing on. We need to sign a center back, get a right back, get a creative mid, try to get as much, to support him, to support the team, not him, but support the team, as much as we can. Before this transfer window done, if we could get 3 more signings, so we can compete for the top 4, let's do this. This is the best start we've had in years. I can't remember the last time we started off with a victory to start the year. We usually start off with a loss or a tie, or 2 ties, or one loss, or 1 loss. But I can't remember the last time when we started off with 2 wins. So this is the time to. Hey, let's capitalize. Let's put them on my post. Today is to do. Let's do this. Come on, let's go. Let's do this.
I think the last time we got 2 straight wins was under Andre Villas-Boas, though. So that does just to bring it down a little bit.
Oh, damn!
And we trust it's going to be better than with AVB, I'm sure. Yeah, and if we get a few more quality signings in, I reckon we'll have a good season.
Yeah, that is not good. Not good. AVB, those were hard years. I drank a lot during the AVB years. I don't know about you guys. I drank a lot. Is he still in Russia? Is he still coaching there?
I think he just left Marseille, didn't he?
Yeah. He's a race car driver, right?
Is he?
He did do a bit of race car driving, but I think he stopped when he went to Marseille.
Yeah. So, let me tell Cody I sent the link. Before we recap and we talk about tomorrow's game, there is the outrageous question of the week. Now, I want to post up right here. Let me get Harry Kane off. All right. And let me get the banner in. I got a private chat. Okay. Totally understand. Thank you, Darius, for being our guest. And Darius leaves us, and here comes Mr. Cody Mack.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I do have to stay just for a couple of minutes while Cody's here because it's been a long time since I've seen Cody, and I know he's got something funny to say before I go. So I'm gonna wait for Cody to do his thing.
All
How are
right.
you doing, Cody? How are you doing, my friend?
Look, I do have something important to say. Listen, as everybody knows, Bobby and I are a part of the bald and bearded brigade in the world of Tottenham Hotspur. You know, not much going on up top, not much going on in between the ears, and generally, I don't really find myself jealous of very many people in terms of managing their hair and whatnot. But Darius has the best hair on Spurs YouTube Twitter. I have seen
You know
so
what?
many different
I'm
looks from
gonna-
this guy. I have
I'm
no
gonna have
idea
to-
how this is even possible.
Look
I
at
can't
that.
It's all out.
imagine.
It's all out. It's all out.
Look
Like,
at
look at
this
it.
guy.
It's
I
Look at
mean,
him showing off with all his hair.
freshly done for the Mari Special Love Lounge show. So
Cody just showed the love.
Are you 100% certain that you are actually Sam's son?
okay, so it's funny you say this, right? I remember having a conversation with him. This was probably about 2 years ago, and I've grown my hair for about 6 or 7 years now. And I remember asking him this one question. I said, "When did you start losing your hair?" Because when he had me, he still had hair. He had a lot of hair when he still had me. And when I was about 3 years old, that hair seemed to magically disappear. And he was only 30 years old. And I'm 21. So I've got 9 years left. So I said, when I had that conversation, I don't think I'm going to cut my hair until I turn 30. And if it just all drops out at 30, I'll accept it and move on with my life. If not, then there's issues. There's something's wrong with Sam, not me.
Let me ask you something. Does your mom's dad still have his hair?
Absolutely not.
No.
But what I will say, he's 80 odd now, and he's got more than Sam. So he's doing better than Sam. Sam's literally clean Malteser, nothing on the dome.
It misses a generation, doesn't it, Code? It misses a generation, doesn't it?
Sometimes, but I will say, just plan to have your wedding sorted by about 28.
I don't know if it was my fault for having me and me being a stressful baby, because I remember being a bit of a problem at 2 and 3 years old. But yeah, I was very worried when he didn't say anything closer to the 40s, and I was getting worried. So the hair's not coming off for another 10 years, guys. You're gonna see me. It's gonna go like today when we're talking about Spurs in the Champions League in 2027. My hair will be there, guys. So yeah, you'll see me with long hair for a long time.
That's a perfect segue for my next question. So, Cody and Bob, you guys miss goal erectional defunctional deficiency with Bergvine and Fiore. You also miss the recoupling session, but you guys are here just in time for our question of the day. How much do you love Spurs? What would you do if Spurs were in a cup final and you had to attend either your sibling or maybe your best friend's wedding or anybody that's close to you? Do you miss the wedding? And I'm going to make it hard. They don't have a TV at the reception hall. Do you miss that wedding?
Do I have my cell phone? Because here's the thing, I am obsessed enough with Tottenham. Like, I have a very addictive personality. Like, I was complaining about this the other day because it was like, why have I been subjected to the addiction to Tottenham Hotspur? I could have been like a cat person or something, So much but easier. they make like the tech is so incredible these days. Like, you could get something like very, very small to put inside your ear and have your phone somewhere where you can see. I would probably try and figure out a way to get the best of both worlds. But if it came down to it, and let's say it was like 1-1 81st minute, man, I'd have to leave. I would just have to leave. I would have to leave.
Even if it was your brother, your sister's wedding.
Yeah, they'd understand. We're not that tight.
Yeah, no. If it's someone close to me, my sibling, my friends, they will know not to arrange a wedding, a birthday occasion around a Spurs game. They know that. Every one of my friends and family members know. In fact, someone has changed their 21st birthday party because of a Spurs. It was an important Spurs game. I think it was a semi-final of the FA Cup when we played Man United. So my family and friends and family know not to arrange. They'll do right. Check. The Spurs playing shit. Right, let's start again. and that's a genuine thing. They will know not to arrange certain things around a Spurs game because it just wouldn't happen.
Mari, I have a bit of. Are you a baseball fan at all?
Yeah, Mets. Unfortunately,
Oh man, you got the Doug, man. You got all the worst franchises.
the Mets.
You cheer for
Giants?
all of the lovable losers, man. It's great.
Tottenham. I mean, hey,
Oh,
it's
man.
my life.
Okay, so just a quick funny side story. I'm a Blue Jays fan, and the day that I proposed to my wife, there's a baseball player. His name's Edwin Encarnacion.
Oh yeah.
He hit
Awesome.
three home runs in one game, which would kind of be like someone scoring a hat trick in football for anyone who doesn't watch baseball or understand it. So like every year on my timeline, there's like a reminder that this was the day that I proposed to my wife, and every year without fail I say, "Do you know what day it is, honey?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Yep, it's the day that Edwin hit those 3 home runs." Right? It was one of the best days of my life, you know. So
Oh, wicked.
Shannon is not impressed with us lot right now.
Oh, wicked, man.
Shannon, what's your opinion? It's your best mate or your sister getting married, and Spurs are at a Champions League final.
I mean, my sister's never getting married, so I haven't got that to worry about.
Oh,
My brother's getting married in November, so obviously I'll be there. It's not really business end.
Why is your sister never getting married?
Is she fit? I'm checking.
She's just unlucky in love, I think. She needs to come on the Love Lounge.
She needs to come on.
yeah, she needs to come to Love Lounge. We got some single guys. I think maybe Akashkaf Bob, maybe.
Yeah, I think all the Bobs are single.
All the Bobs are single.
But my own wedding is booked for the end of March in 2023, so I've got no risk of any cup finals around then.
Good, safe, safe.
And if I did sit and think to myself, I was like, shit, what if it's a North London derby on my wedding day, and I'd have to get a screen and put it on at my wedding. I'd have to.
Really?
Mm.
Wow. Okay, that is hardcore. Now I put baby shower because I have a story.
Where did you put baby shower?
I put, you'll see on the ticker right there.
Right,
On the ticker. So I have a very close friend I work with at the old school that I worked with, and she goes, "Hey, they're throwing a baby shower." And for some reason, guys were never invited to baby showers and baby reveals. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened the last 10 years. Guys are invited to these parties. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of food and there's a lot of booze, a lot of drinks. I'm gonna go. So I don't care. Baby shower, whatever it is, bar mitzvah, I'm gonna go. So she goes, "Yeah, it's Wednesday afternoon, such date." I said, yeah, I'll be there. So, "Oh, you gotta be there. You're one of my best mates." I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. It happened to be the second leg of the Ajax Spurs game. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, well, I got my cell phone, but you don't want to watch the second leg on your cell phone. So I said, look,
that game.
I said, babe, I said, the only way I can be there, I said, I don't want to sound like a douchebag or selfish, but I love Spurs. You know I love Spurs. Anyway, you get Spurs on your big screen at your house. She goes, easy. I got it for you. I'm like, okay. Boom. I'm there. So I'm there eating my food, and we go down 2-0. And I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm like, I told her, turn that shit off. I'm like, turn it off. And you got all these teachers, they're like, man, what's wrong with Mari? He's like so emotional. I'm like, fuck. We're like 3-0. Mind you, we're 3-0 down because we let them score a goal at home. Yeah. And I'm just like, fuck. I'm like, man, this is horrible. I got drinks, and I'm like, okay, you guys will entertain me. But then I look at my phone. Say, shit, we scored 3-1. So I go on the app. I see the game on I think it was Fox. I'm just okay, it's 3-1. So oh shit, we scored again, 3-2. Get that shit back on the big screen. Now, mind you, in the school system in America, I don't know how it is in England. Being the guy that works in the school system, it's rare. Most of the if there's 77 employees, there maybe be 5 guys. So you got all these women, and I'm the only guy in the house. We're all watching the Champions League final game. They're watching me and my emotions. I'm like, come on, get one more goal. Get one more goal. When Lucas Moura scored, my coworkers got to know me very well. I'm kissing people. I'm taking off my shirt. I'm going nuts. And some of them, they know soccer, football. And they're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I would never forget that moment because I shared it with my coworkers. Some of them could care less, but they knew it was important because they were like, they won the championship. They won the championship. I'm like, no, we're going to the championship. We're going to the finals. And it was great. It was great. So I basically
fucked up a baby shower.
Fucked up a baby shower. With the Ajax, Spurs Ajax, second leg. Probably the most greatest day other than winning the UEFA Cup in 83. 84-83 season in Spurs history. I was at a baby shower getting lit because we just beat Ajax. So there's a little backstory. But to answer the question, I tell people, you know me. Do not set up a wedding late May, or actually just May in general. That's FA Cup. I mean, the Carabao Cup, that'll be tough. But the FA Cup, the Champions League, I'm not showing up. I'll tell my brother, I'm like, oh, you get married, it better be a June wedding, like mid-June, or it better be in April, because I'm not showing up if Spurs are in the Cup final. That's how much I love Spurs.
You know what? The thing is, like, it's a different world we're living in now, but one thing you always kind of got in your back pocket now is, like, COVID, you know? Like, you just be like, oh, man, tested positive. Don't think I can come to the wedding, you know what I mean? Like, you got to use that shit, you know? Like,
sorry, I'm not showing up, you know?
Murray with the shirt off screaming at a baby shower. Brilliant. I can run the picture.
I did have my shirt off. I literally had my shirt off. It was just like, because I had my work tie on, I just took that shit. I was like, yeah!
Do you know what? I remember that, obviously, the Ajax game, that second leg, and I was still living at home with my mum and my stepdad. And my stepdad's an Ipswich Town fan. So
wait, he likes Arsenal and Ipswich Town?
No, my dad's an Arsenal fan. My stepdad's a Ipswich Town fan.
Oh, okay.
Got a season. He's a season ticket holder for Ipswich Town, and we all sat watching it. My mum's a Liverpool fan, so she was a bit like, oh, and I was like, it got to half time. I was like, fuck this shit, and he was giving me so much jip, and I was like, well, you support Ipswich Town, so you can't say nothing, and it got a bit fiery, like, you know what I'm like. Anyway, that first goal went in and I was like, come on. Second goal went in, I was like, come on. Third goal went in and I was like running around the living room. I was like, yes, come on.
With your shirt off.
I mean, in front of my mum and my stepdad, that would be completely inappropriate. So, I think I knocked the glass over. It was
Shannon and Code will probably relate to this a bit more. But I'll tell you what, the hardest time to celebrate or even talk sometimes with our deep voices is when you've got a little girl of 1 year old on your chest. When that third goal went in, I had Arsha, my little 1 year old, lying on my chest. So my celebration was like, that's all that could come out.
No wonder your heart's all fucked up, Bobby.
Sorry?
That's why your heart's all fucked up.
That's it, yeah. It was, I couldn't wake her up, but Yeah, you don't. It was hard, man. But I tell you what, yeah, she woke up eventually, and then I let loose. That was yeah. She woke up because I celebrated the second goal so loud. So she was asleep upstairs. We scored the second goal. I went, yeah. Heard her go. So I thought, fuck. Rather than go upstairs, fucking bring her down. Lie down. We're not going to get a third goal. Of course we're not. And then it went. And then it happened. Oh.
And then the drive to work the next day, it was glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur on repeat all the way there. And it was like walking to you walk. I was the only Spurs fan in the office. You walk in and you're just like,
Literally, the next day at work, I mean, I could have been robbed on the way to work, and I wouldn't care. I had a smile on my face. I walked there. All the staff knew why I was happy.
Yeah.
I could care less. There were fights on campus between students. I was like, fuck off. Spurs won. We're going to the final. Nothing can spoil my day. At that time, I was dating a girl and stuff like that. We were kind of, I wouldn't say rocky situation, but I was just like, babe, you want to leave? Good. I don't care. Spurs
Now's
got
the time.
me. Now's
You
the
want to
time.
leave me? Now's the
Spurs
time.
got me so happy. And then at that time, too, I was just like, oh, Kane's going to come back too? Oh, we're going to put the shits on Liverpool and stuff like that. And then, then you know the rest.
Yeah.
Then you know the rest. But since you guys just came on, let me throw in this other question then. I just threw it on. And mind you, me and Shannon already declared if Kessie comes on the team, we're running naked. Or maybe that was Darius. Oh, no, that was Ronaldo. I was Kessie and Ronaldo. She was Kessie.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
What's it with you
Ronaldo.
and running down the street naked, Shan? That's two bets now.
I
Oh, it's the
said
same
this,
one, isn't it? It's the same one. Yeah,
It's
same
Ronaldo.
One. Yeah, yeah.
If I said if
Same one.
Ronaldo signs, I'll run down the street. I'll run down Tottenham High Road naked. That is
That's
exactly
it,
what I
that's
said.
it. Yeah,
I'll stick to it because it's not going to happen.
To our current target needs, to the extremes measures, what would you do if Spurs sign your dream target need? Since by the time the show shows up, the transfer window will already close. To what extremes would you do, regards to celebration, if you got your dream target? Cody.
Okay, so the scenario is I have like a dream player that I want signed, and we sign him.
Yep. And it has to be a need. So it won't be another striker because we already have Kane. No, we need another striker.
Oh, we need another striker.
We do need another striker. So yeah. So
I mean, I'd be excited, but like it's not the same as like even it wouldn't even be as good as like scoring a goal, because like as much as it would be glorious for us to go out and spend money on the targets that we want, there's just always like this feeling that there's a trap door about to release underneath me. Like if we sign, let's say we sign Adama Traore, all of a sudden he won't be able to run anymore or something like that. You know, like something just always seems to go. You look at the list of money that we've spent and it's not very good. You know, like the top 10 most expensive players that we've ever purchased, maybe one of them has been up to par in terms of what was expected of them. So even when we do bring in players like Romero, who, you know, Serie A Defender of the Year, I still need to see it on the pitch with that shirt on before I start to like get proper excited about it, you know? So no shirt removal, nothing like that.
even if it's Ronaldo,
oh, well, geez. Yeah, I think I'd probably get wasted if we signed Cristiano Ronaldo, and we could do a love lounge where all of us are just slurring our words and you know, like it would be great. But yeah, I mean, I guess it was pretty exciting getting Kane's statement today. It was, you know, okay. I've been in a much better mood all day with that news on the table and all the different Spurs content that's come out today with everybody talking about and everything. It's so nice to be talking about a definitive answer on the topic ahead of the deadline on transfer day. You know, like Bobby has been saying for weeks, like, give us a statement, tell us what's going on. Well, now we know what's going on. There's still the little 1% in the back of my head that says the window isn't closed yet, so maybe it's not 100% happening, but 99% sure that Harry Kane is going to be here. That's great news for Spurs. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
If you
Just
sign
like
Ronaldo, you'll get hair plugs made. Come on.
only
So,
if you're paying for them.
yeah.
so
Chris
Cody,
Octopus.
when you say your outlook on the team, if you say maybe you had them ninth or 10th, now you're like, okay, maybe we could challenge for top four. Not necessarily say, but at least challenge. Now that Kane has committed.
Listen. I'm. Some people might call me a pessimist. I tend to identify as a realist. I still think that given the state of the squad and the fact that we don't really have a capable backup at hardly any position, and we probably could do with 4 extra first team starters, I think the odds of us getting top 4 probably sit around 10%, if I'm being honest with myself. And even then, I still think you're relying on luck. You're relying on something like a serious injury to one of the likes. Like I think for me, the top 4 on paper, clear as we see it now, is City, Chelsea, United, and Liverpool. And I think there's a fairly big gap between us and them. We might fit into the second tier where you have Leicester, Spurs, West Ham, and maybe one other team. But I really think if we're going to challenge for top 4, we need to do further business in this window, and we need the moves that we've already done. We need those to work out quite well. We need Brian Hill to be an influential player, possibly playing on the right side if we don't invest in a goal-scoring right winger. We need Christian Romero to get healthy and be the world-class player that we paid for. So yeah. Jury's out on what's going on. I still think the squad is in a very weak position, especially considering we've got European football to worry about as well. We saw last year, as soon as we lost in Belgium to Antwerp, a lot of those secondary players, they were gone from the Europa squad. We started having to rely on first team starters to get us through, and we still only made it to the round of 16 in Europa. And at the end of the season, you had Sonny and Højbjerg and Kane and Lloris, even like all these players who were playing. They were fatigued, they were shadows of themselves, or they were picking up injuries. We just can't put ourselves in that situation again. And if like Bobby and I agree, our squad is weaker going into this season than it was last season. Like think about it, like Tanganga and Skip. These first 2 games, they have been absolutely immense. That is putting a lot on those 2 players at a very young age, and I don't want to be in a position where we have those players carrying such a huge load with no real capable backup. So I mean, on paper, if players like if we keep Ndombele and Lo Celso comes good and Dele Alli becomes even a shadow of what he used to be, this team can challenge for top 4, but I do feel like we need investment.
That's why I mentioned earlier, and Shan knows, if we get Kessie, I'm running naked because I will start Kessie, but interchange with him between him, Højbjerg, and Skip, which will bring a good depth that we need. But I mean, like I said, it is a rumor, but I mean, if it came true, oh my goodness, like literally, I would they would naked because that would be a major statement. Like, okay, we're being serious here. That was probably one of the guys linked that I'm like, okay, yeah, if we get him in, then I know we're not playing. So yeah, no, I totally agree with you. The depth is the thing that kind of worries me, because I don't want Kane playing against Roche, Pascal. Yeah.
Passos de Ferreira. I think Kane will play that game because he needs minutes in his legs going
Yeah.
into the Watford game. So I think they'll treat it a bit like a pre-season friendly for Harry Kane. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. You're exactly right.
I do, like I say, I think we do need some more investment in the squad if we're really going to challenge. But I definitely think, like Cody said, Harry Kane staying straight away makes us feel more optimistic about the season. If we can get Bergwijn firing, if Dele Alli is going to get back to his former self, you've got Lo Celso and Ndombele. I think if Ndombele stays, I think he will start to play some games. So that straight away improves our squad depth, because then at least he can play in some European games. I do think we still need a proper attacking right back. I think that needs to be one of the first positions we address, and we're not linked with any right backs, so that's a bit of a concern. Because we've still got Doherty and Aurier at the club, they're not going to. We haven't got space for another right back at the minute. But yeah, we definitely need a right-sided player. Definitely need more of a like attack minded midfielder, and we need another striker. But yeah, I think we can. I don't think we'll get top 4, but I think we'll certainly, like you say, challenge. We'll be up. We're only 5 points off last season, and we were awful. So if we can do better than last season, then I think there's no reason we can't be close to the top 4 and finish fifth or sixth.
Yeah. See, the one problem with that argument is that although we were only 5 points off top 4, we were also 5 points off 10th. And the teams that are above us in that kind of pecking order, like as bad as Leicester have looked here in the first couple of games, they have fortified their squad. West Ham quite possibly could bring in the likes of Lingard and Kurt Zuma, and they were ahead of us last year, and they kind of look better than us already this year as well.
I'm not gonna lie, West Ham looks kind of.
They do. Chelsea have gone and got Lukaku. Liverpool. They
Chelsea
have
will
Van
win the
Dijk.
league.
Chelsea will probably win the league. Yeah, Man City I don't think is done now that Kane is off the table either, and they are well clear of us. So yeah, as much as last year was such a bizarre year.
There's always Liverpool to fall off a little bit, and Manchester United are always very hit and miss anyway. But I think with West Ham, they've got European football to fit in as well, and I don't think they've got a good first 11, but I don't think their squad's up to it. It's similar to us. Good first 11, but
that is the point.
Will they struggle with European football this season?
I will say this: I want to give love to Jack Kanicki. I just found out that, not found out, but just recently found out he's in Brooklyn, and I was born and raised in Brooklyn before I came to Orlando, Florida. So big up to Jack, Brooklyn boys. I knew why I liked him. He's from Brooklyn, so that's a good thing. And definitely agree with Musavic. That would be a good signing for us if we could accomplish it. But yeah, Shan. So would there be a dream signing that's left that it has to be like a need that would be accomplished before the transfer window?
See, this is a really hard one for me because my dream signing was always to bring Gareth Bale back.
Okay.
My first Spurs shirt was Bale free when he was a left back. So my dream under Harry, yeah. My first signing my dream signing was always to bring Gareth Bale back. And when we bought Gareth Bale back, I was obsessed with Sky Sports News for like that whole week leading up to it, and then I was constantly like refreshing Twitter, and then you sit and you're like just really really happy, but it's not the same. Like you say, you score a goal and you're like yes, like you go a little bit mental, but like when you do a signing, you're like oh that's like I'm really happy with that, but you're still a bit like
yeah,
you need to be realistic, and I mean. Gareth Bale was criminally underused last season.
Yeah.
Criminally underused. But I was so happy when he was brought back, and but that's the romanticist in me.
Well, here's the thing. I'll throw this out to Bob. It's funny. We went from outrageous to not serious. That's what I love about the Love Lounge. It's at the end of the nightclub, and everybody's getting those deep conversations before they get a kebab or a slice of pizza or a drink. Bob, I've been saying this, and I know some people have disagreed with me. And I saw this in the Wolves game. And I know we talked about the Wolves game. What would be a point? And I understand he has a bad attitude. Aurier. But the reason why I love Aurier is that because without midfield, as much as I like Skip and I like Hoiberg, and Dali's playing great, I still feel that there's no one who actually, man, that creates, that holds possession, that's not going to lose the ball. And I look at teams, with the top teams, Manchester got the De Bruyne, Liverpool got the Fernandez, Chelsea got Mason Mount and stuff like I feel like we don't have since Ericsson. I feel that we don't have someone. I mean, I understand Kane set up. He was a playmaker, but it's kind of in the way that I don't want him to be able to do that. I want to have a creative, proper midfield player, CAM or CM, that can create and provide opportunities. Yes, it would be nice to get a right wing, but if you have a good creative midfielder, you can hook up Lucas, maybe get Bergwijn off his goal erectile dysfunction ability, and even if we get Torre, who has the same disorder, help him out. We need a maestro in the midfield, and I feel currently we don't have a maestro. We got enforcers. I mean, I love Hoiberg. He's an enforcer and Skip, but I don't feel we have a maestro in the midfield. And I'm in love with those type of players, Pirlo, Xavi, and Iniesta. So, Bob, am I ridiculous, or am I close to the reason why I want Aurier? Because he can score goals from the midfield and he could create also.
You mean Ior?
Aurier, yeah. Yeah, sorry. Not Serge.
I would rather keep Ali in there and try and get best out of him. The reports, it's probably the reason why we're with the Ndombele where we are because the due diligence wasn't carried out with his previous reputation, how he was with the previous management teams, with the previous teams, because I think we could have highlighted how potentially what we're seeing now, and from what it seems, there's numerous reports say he's a disruptive human being. I'd rather keep Ali in and try and get the best out of him, because for me, Wanda Ndombele's enough for me. We need someone with a different mindset, it might be less stability, but certainly we need someone with that Hoiberg mindset.
Dele plays for the badge, don't he, Bob?
That's
you
it.
can never dispute that. Dele loves the club and he plays for the badge, and he's always going to give his all. So
there's other players out there who I'd take, but no, for me, there seems to be a regular pattern.
Listen, Dele has definitely rededicated himself to the badge, but there was a time where he was not putting it all in. We can all admit that. So let's not get carried away with 2 games of Dele Alli. But I think Mari's got an excellent point here. I don't think it's hard to see that we are missing that creative link that can help progress the ball. You've seen Ndombele sort of fill that role at times, but again, a player that we can't rely on for 90 minutes, a player that wants out of the club, a player that also has his own set of limitations. I really feel like it's so important for us to get a player like Mari is describing, because if we don't, I think we're bound to end up looking like we did on Sunday quite a bit, and that is back on our heels in games against teams that have attacking intent, and when we do decide to go forward, it's a lot of pings and balls over the top, and that's not really the kind of football that we want to be playing at Tottenham Hotspur.
What do you think of Mora in the number 10 though, in that sort of advanced midfield? Because I think actually when he was playing there under Jose, he was one of our more positive. He was more positive.
Yes, that was when we were playing a 4-2-3 or a 4-2-3-1. And we've moved to more of a 4-3-3. I don't know if Kane's reintroduction is going to affect that. The thing is, if Kane comes back in and we put him up top, who are you taking out? Are you gonna take Dele Alli out to leave Lucas Moura in? It is an interesting question for sure. I feel like if it was up to me, I would put Lucas at number 10 before I put Dele Alli at number 10. That's just my opinion. Like Delhi is the one who gets dropped for Kane in my books, despite being man of the match. Like we didn't really have a very good game against Wolves, so it was like picking between many players that didn't have a standout performance. Adama Traore was the man of the match, if we're being honest with ourselves. But it'll be interesting to see.
Delhi for me though, like Dele Alli and Harry Kane used to link up really well previously, so I don't know if they could if they can rejuvenate that, then Delhi could work in that more advanced midfield role. I think he's got the ability to do it.
Maybe Lucas and Kane were linking up really well when Lucas was thriving in that number 10 role as well, and I think a lot of Delhi's success in linking up with Kane, I think, predates Eriksen's departure as well. Like I don't want to buy into this narrative.
You just said Eriksen. You just said keyword Eriksen, because I remember Eriksen just beautiful passes hooking up hooking up Dele Alli for some of his goals, and even hooking up Kane hooking up Ali. It's just like a connection. It's kind of like a conveyor belt, where I just feel that there's one piece of the conveyor belt that's kind of missing. And yes, it worked last year because the conveyor belt was Harry Kane. But when teams are able to disrupt him, it's just like, okay, who is the other source in the midfield of creativity? And I'm so hoping that it was Lo Celso. But the way Lo Celso is playing, like, I would love to see him in the role where he was with Real Betis. If you look at his stats and you look at the videos, you're just like, oh, wow, where is this player? He's now playing deep, box to box, but he's not. It's not the attack. It's not really there, And so for me, it's kind of frustration, because I know there's more that Lo Celso can give, and I really think that would help the team. But it's tough. It's tough because it's just, and then we do have Dembele, the only person who can beat the press, the only one who can creatively dribble his way into the box from box to box, but he's a fat, lazy bastard, He's sitting on the bench.
It's so frustrating.
And it's so frustrating because we have, what Bob says, literally the best midfielder in the world if he put his mind to it. True Blue Spurs says we need creativity, and Eriksen was the master. He was. He made us a force up top and everyone better. Since he's gone, we've become Kane and Sancho. Eriksen made us death. And that's how I feel, because Eriksen can not only help Erik's Son and Kane, he helps everybody else with the chance to score. Even Dele Alli. And so,
do we think Eriksen then, like, just playing devil's advocate, when Dembele left, I think it may have been because Eriksen wanted his move, but then Eriksen's form dropped when Dembele left as well. So you've got Dembele doing the dirty work. You've got Dembele and Wanyama doing the dirty work, and you've got Eriksen giving you all the creativity. But you could argue again, we've got two very different midfielders than Wanyama and Dembele were absolute beasts, weren't they? I think Højbjerg and Skipper are just a little bit different. They're different types of players, so it's tough. It's figuring out what the best thing to do is. And you think, even if we bring Traore in, what formation do we play and who do we drop to bring him into the team? Because it's just we say that we haven't got good squad depth, but actually we've got quite a lot of problems. And you think, well, who do you put where? And you're like, I don't know, who do you take out to put this person in? And who, like we're saying, well, we've got to bring Harry Kane in. Well, who do you drop? It is tough. It's really tough. And I think if we're going to bring players in, they need to be it's hard, because you're never going to, you can't really say they're a proven player until they're in the shirt and they're playing. Because look at Ndombele, look at Lamela, like he was meant to be the next Gareth Bale when we signed him. Like Roberto Soldado was killing it in La Liga, and he came here and couldn't do nothing. So, but we should be aiming for players that have that really good reputation that we know are going to come in or we hope will come in and make a big difference straight away. we're buying for the future with like Pape Matar, and I know Bob, you hate that, but
Yeah, right now I do. Yeah.
yeah, like that's all well and good for the future, but we do need a couple that can come straight into the first. Well, no one's going to come straight into the first team. They need to earn their place and everything, but we need someone with the quality to come straight into the first team and really make a big impact. I don't know if Awar is that guy. I just think, is he another Ndombele?
He's a little bit more closer to Ericsson than Dembele. You guys may hate me for this. Mind you, I hate the guy. Trust me, he can piss off, f off. But what he posts up in regards to Gil, I know that a coach like Pep will probably mold Gil into a number 10, because I see Gil eventually playing in the middle, being a David Silva. I saw glimpses of it in Spain, and I think that he could be that possible creator if Nuno is willing to put him in a position like that.
It's
Am I right
unfortunate.
or if I'm wrong?
No. We, that's the thing, though. We don't. There you go, mate.
Yeah, I gotta go.
All
Just
right.
wanted to
Yeah.
say thanks for having me on. I have an idea for at some point, Mari. I would like to come back on for a proper Love Lounge session. Maybe not on a weeknight. We'll see. But what we should do is we should enlist the services of Jack Konecki, and he should put together a list of like 10 or 20 of the hardest to pronounce names, and we should have to read them out at like the 2.5 hour mark after we've had a little bit of rum and wine.
Yeah. That would be fabulous. That would be fabulous.
No, we'd be struggling. 2.5 hours later, we'd be like hurricane. Con. So no, not
yeah, exactly.
Not fair.
Anyways, thanks for having me on.
See you later, mate.
Take care, everybody. Glory.
I've had too much Cody today. I think it's very unfortunate we're in a position where we're relying on or we're thinking that a 20-year-old that we had to YouTube is going to be possibly our next number 10. We just don't know. We're jizzing over a shot he took in the under-23s in the Olympics, which hit the bar. We're talking about a shot that hit the bar from 25 yards. We just don't know. He could turn out to be the next Messi. But I think it's just unfair, and I think it's a sad state of the fan base mentality that we are looking to a 20-year-old, and I repeat, majority of us had to Google to find out who he was, to think that he could be our answer to the number 10 position. Actually didn't rate Gil from anything in the Olympics till the final. Oh my days. Bryce, first of all, piss off. Secondly, mate, it's the Olympics. We just don't know. No one could touch him. What, in the Olympics? Come on, man. It's the Premier League. We don't know. And you say you don't rate him. You never rated him until the final. We're gonna suddenly think he's the next best thing because of that final. He might be. But so much unnecessary pressure on a 20-year-old again. I personally had to Google to find out what he looked like. Never mind play like. So and it's an unfortunate position we're in as a fan base, because we're having to accept yet another rebuild, and we're having to accept with 4 days left before the end of the window, with a goalkeeper on loan, a kid that we had to YouTube, and a £50 million very good defender, of course, but we still won't know what he is. We need more Romeros. That's what we need. We need more Romeros, the ones who have been there, worked to graft, have won accolades left, right, and centre. Not someone who's going to be fucking someone for the fucking future, man. We don't need that right now. We need to make our first level. We need to make our squad stronger, because right now, be it quality-wise or numbers-wise, both, we are weaker. We are weaker than what we were last season.
Yeah, especially in the position where we are undefeated. We want to capitalize in the position that we're in, and like I said, we have Crystal Palace. No, we have Watford and Crystal Palace coming up before the Chelsea game. I mean, we could be 4-0. We could be 12 points. I mean, I'm getting excited. I'm getting a wet dream. I'm just thinking about it. I mean, when was the last time we won our first 4 games? So, yeah, Shan, outlook tomorrow, Sunday. What are you looking for?
So tomorrow, I just really want us to get revenge for Chirpy. I think it's really important that we get the mascot's dignity back and give him an absolute thumping. I think
Big up,
I
Ross.
think we'll win by a large margin, but I think that's largely down to the fact we'll play Harry Kane to get him up to fitness. We'll probably have a first team spine in there with a few changes, bring in a couple of youngsters. Might bring Sess in at left back, Doherty at right back. Lo Celso will come in. I reckon we might see Højbjerg play.
Okay.
Might see Niall John come in as well. And then you're gonna have. I reckon you're gonna have Harry Kane, Brian Hill, and then maybe Bergwijn or Mora potentially. I think there'll be a spot. We've got to come back out stronger because we can't go out before we even make the group stage of a 3rd tier European competition. It'll be embarrassing.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we'll come back from that with a good victory. And then once we've stuck a few goals away, we can take some of the first teams off. I think we're still allowed 5 subs.
Yes.
So then we can bring on more kids and give them a runabout, but we need to be about 4-0 up first.
Yeah.
So before we do that, and then from Sunday, I'm taking Jack to his first game at the stadium. So I'm hoping we're gonna do well. I think Brighton completely exposed Watford at the weekend. Brighton looked like Barcelona against Watford at the weekend. They were really well drilled. So I think a Spurs team at home against Watford, we should be winning that sort of 3-0. I think with the talent we've got with Harry Kane starting, we should be winning that 3-0.
Yeah, I agree. Bob?
Yeah, I see the next 2 games being 3-0s. I honestly believe I think we'll win 3-0 tomorrow, 3-0 at the weekend. Especially Watford at home. Harry Kane will play a part. Obviously, we're playing at home tomorrow as well, but I think there's more of atmosphere on a league match. I expect 2 comfortable wins, but a funny feeling about tomorrow. It's not going to be like that. I can see it being, I don't know, man. Because away goals don't count. Is that right? That's right, isn't it? In Europe.
No.
So I don't know if it's with the Conference League. So it could be like, I don't know, a 1-0 taking us into extra time or something like that. So I'm expecting 2 wins, more comfortable on Watford, believe it or not, than tomorrow. It comes down to what kind of team Nuno puts out.
Yeah, I think it will have a good first team spine to it with a couple of tweaks. I think you've got like Gio, obviously he's still not properly match fit, I don't think. So we're still wanting to get him some minutes. I think he's a first, like he would make the starting 11 if he was in top form. So we need to get him in, get him up to speed. A few of the starting 11 from the Wolves game, but not too many. We just need to make sure we get it done. Like I say, if we can get it done in the first half and take some of them off and bring on some of the like your Harry Winkses, God forbid, and that lot, then we'll be all right. But I think we need to get the job done in the first half and then look at giving resting players. They're professional footballers. They should be able to manage 45 minutes at home.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this from Spurs 72 before I give my predictions. And yes, I'm still sober-minded, but a little tipsy. I had a little Jack and Coke earlier and finished the whole bottle. Spurs 72, I agree. He says, guys, I'm starting to lose anything I felt for Lo Celso. How are you guys feeling about him? Him and Tanguy will piss me off. I said, and Bob heard me, that for us to finish top four, Lo Celso has to have a good year. I'm banking that Lo Celso will be the player of the year for Spurs. Not he's going to score the most goals, but he's going to be the most point player. And I'm looking like a total idiot because the first two games, not saying he played horrible, but I'm not seeing it. And so I will say this because they both were signed together. And you look at the alternative we could have had Bruno Fernandez and I think it would have been Bruno. Yeah, it was with Tanguy and Bruno. Because I think we went all in for Lo Celso, then Bruno. Though, I mean, literally, Bruno was at the doorstep of joining Spurs, and then we end up going with Lo Celso. Um, I just, I just don't know. I used the excuse maybe he was being used wrong, maybe being used wrong by Jose, but it's just so frustrating when you see Argentinian Lo Celso, and he looks great, and then there's Spurs Celso, where it's just kind of like, what the hell? And so I just don't know what to think about Lo Celso. If he has a bad year this year, we need to think about selling him while he's still young because I think he's 24, 25. So he still has some good value to him. And I'm coming to the point that maybe he's just a La Liga player. Maybe La Liga is just him. Pellegrini said this. Pellegrini says La Liga is slow. I don't know if you saw that comment. Pellegrini, who's coaching La Liga, and he coached the Premier League, says La Liga's in trouble because it's much slower and the teams are not that good. Pellegrini, who's coached Man City, just said that the other day. I saw that, and that was very telling. So, to tell you about the difference between the La Liga and Premier League. So that's my opinion. No, not a winks, Shan, but anything but that. We actually didn't talk about winks today. We're waiting for a full panel. I may save that for another week. What I see for tomorrow and Sunday, I see tomorrow that we're not going to play around. We're going to smash the chocolate bar team that's from Portugal, Ferrero Rocher. We're going to probably win. I'm predicting 4-0. I think Kane gets an early brace, and then he leaves probably in the second half. Sunday's game, I think we comfortably win 3-0. I think Watford. I saw glimpses of the Brighton Watford game. I'll give props to Harry Potter. Brighton is off to a good start. I know they haven't played the heavy hitters. I'll give kudos to Harry Potter. And he has this new weird look with the beard, which is kind of in a weird way,
No, it looks like someone stuck it on, man. It just doesn't look right.
But Watford, we should comfortably beat them, especially with Kane starting. I think we should get a couple goals. If it's a 1-0 game, I would be pretty worried or disappointed. We should be able to smash them. Irish, yes, big up, Irish, big up. Welcome to the Love Lounge. We're just not melting down. The drinks, well, my drinks are starting to level down. I'll give props to Harry Potter. He says, "Yeah, Harry Potter, man. He's coming through. He is coming through." Jose and Nuno both are bad fits for Gio. Playing Deli ahead of him is brutal. If we don't value him, we might as well move him. I would say that at the beginning of the year, but I mean, Deli he's playing okay. He's playing good. I mean, he's not the creative, CAM that I want, and he's playing a bit deeper, but I am on Jack and Coke, and I just drank this whole bottle of red wine. Shad is on Orange Fango. No, Orange Tango.
Orange Fango.
No, Fango's in America. Tango is in England. I want I want what Barry's on. Yep. The Irish has spread Jack and wine. Yep. But any comments to what I just said in regards to Lo Celso and Nom Dembele? Well, especially Lo Celso.
The jury's still out. Let's wait and see. It just needs time. If I'm willing to give Bergwijn a bit of time and hope to see a bit more of him, then Lo Celso as well.
All right. I'm going to try to pronounce this. Kavishka Kavaskashila. Did I get it right, Kobe?
Yeah, I think it's we call him Kev.
Kev. Okay.
Yeah.
Kavicha Kavachkila, I think. Kavachkila? Kavachkila.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just say, Cody, piss off.
Yeah.
You know, fucked up. I can't say Kashipa Kavashila.
I think you got it. You got it there. You got it. Spot on.
I did.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I said it. Oh, yeah. So, in this episode, we figured that most people would miss their siblings' wedding for a big Spurs final because they should know their sibling because it's a final. Don't schedule anything towards a final. We'll also learn that when it comes to recoupling, pretty much we like our squad only for a few spots, which was probably Eric Dyer. I know Shan had a tough problem with that. Alejandro says, I think I just saw Mars' jersey in the background start floating. Yes, it is. It's floating. It's definitely floating. And any final words, Shan?
No, looking forward to hopefully seeing us win tomorrow. Looking forward to going back to the stadium on Sunday. Grateful for you having me on the Love Lounge. It's been eventful.
Yes, it has.
It's certainly been an experience, and yeah, really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and guys who just came in, just hit rewind. There were some interesting stuff that we talked about. Like I said, it hasn't been this mellow. But yeah, we'll definitely have the full Arsenal back. Wow, it's just an Arsenal. That's out of my mouth. We'll have the full crew. This week was kind of weird. A lot of people had to back out this week. But we'll have the full crew next week. And we'll have Shad. Will you come back next week?
Yeah, I'll come back next week. No
All
problem.
All right. We'll have two sisters in the house. We'll have Kirst and Shad. I don't know, Bob, if you can handle that. I don't know.
I can handle it, mate. I can handle it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the love, Cody. Thank you for the love. We are definitely a different beast. The Love Lounge. Bob, any final words in regards to Spurs today? Actually, I didn't hear about I didn't get your full opinion about Mr. Our friend. Wait, give me a second here. About our friend here. I gotta show it one more time. I got to show it. Wait. Hold up.
Guys, while Mari's doing that, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe as
Definitely.
well. It's been a great show.
Like and subscribe, man.
Oh man.
But Rick Astley, you're so going to get a strike. That was my first ever cassette album I bought, Rick Astley's.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it was. Oh, okay.
Together Forever, Never Gonna Give You Up. I know all the tracks, man. Know all the tracks. I can sing lyric by lyric.
But can you rickroll?
I can rickroll.
Oh yeah.
I can rip one proper. Ah, yeah.
I just had the song in my head, "Makeup to Break Up." It's an old R&B song. The makeup to break up. Ooh, ooh. That was the first song that came in my head. And since Irish is watching, oh, I'm so happy Kane is back. He's not sleeping on the couch. He doesn't have to Bravo. He's in the bedroom. He's in the bedroom. He's in the bedroom. Um, yes, I did say I would run naked if we got Kessie in, and I did choose to stick with Skip over Kessie. But I don't know what I'm thinking because I really love Kessie. Bob, you missed it, but we had recoupling, and my choice was if we got Kessie in, would he start over Skip? Because he won't start over Hoiberg. And I went with it was tough. I mean, Shan had some influence, but I went with Skip. I'm still struggling with that because Kessie, if we get Kessie, I'm running naked, bro. I'm holding the shirt naked. To the whole shirt. I'm running naked in the streets if we get Kessie. That's how much I love this dude. He's a freaking beast. And he can score goals.
Levy's cancelling the deal as we speak.
Fuck. but here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? I told you this show is unpredictable, right? I didn't think we have enough time to put this on. I'm gonna play this, right? And mind you, I am the number one Levy hater, right? And you're right there. Actually, Brian Daigle is the number one Levy. He gets Tourette's if you mention Levy. I mean, he goes nuts. But I'm going to do this.
Anticlimax.
Yes, Shannon does need to sleep.
Why? Why did you do that for?
Daniel Levy, I'm gonna say this. It's not the booze, it's not the alcohol speaking. In regards to dealing with Kane, him and Charlie and Man City, I have to say that was a master class.
He's done fuck all.
This dude was I told you it's like a puppy dog versus a pit bull, and yes, it was an easy victory because it's Charlie Kane, but I do need to give him props for rejecting Manchester City's weak grafting of our player, and I gotta give him credit. As much as I hate him, a clock is right. A dead clock is right twice a day.
You're gonna give him. So you're gonna give him credit for someone coming in offering £75 million for a player who's worth 150, and you're going to give him credit for rejecting that. Is that what you're saying?
I think it's more that he was refused. He was refused.
100. Okay, so someone's come in and offered a bollocks offer, and he's turned around and said
he broke Kane's will. He broke his will.
He's done nothing. He just had to sit back and do fuck all.
He broke his will. I gotta be fair. I gotta throw him a bone. I gotta throw him a bone. As much as I hate him, and I think he's not a football guy, and he's an imbecile. But he is a savage, and in this situation, we needed a savage. So I'm gonna give him.
I've given him credit. I've given him credit. I mean, when he held on to Modric when he wanted to go, credit to Levy, he held on to him. But right now, I think
I think he's done well to get it settled before the window ends.
He's not had to do anything. This is a whole different show. He's had to do all he's had to. I'll tell you what Levy had to do. This is one thing he had to do. No. That's it. That's all he had to do.
He didn't pick
In
up
this
the
whole
call.
scenario, that's all he had to do. So sorry, if credit's due, I'll give it. But he's done fuck all, man. He's done fuck all.
True Blue said if he came away with 150, he would have bent over instantly.
If City had come in with a proper offer and then he's turned around and said no, then it would have tested the resolve. Then every credit. But Man City, we all know the wankers that they are, never came in with any form of realistic offer. And Levy turned them down. It's like going into, Brian used the analogy, you're selling a TV for $100 and someone comes in and says, $20, mate, are you going to sell it? And you say, no. Are you really going to expect any form of accolade for turning down a $20 bid for your $100 TV? No. Sorry, mate. He's done fuck all. Now he needs to. If he wants to earn a bit of credit, now build a team around Harry Kane. Get the players in. Get the right players in.
All right, Coach, right? I'm drunk. I don't know what I'm saying. Shad, right? I'm crazy, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's going to be my show tomorrow. I'm going to do a show on that tomorrow. How much credit do you give Levy? And if you're going to give him, bring it on.
But he didn't pick up the phone calls. If you believe the rumor.
Oh, Mario, the word straws and clutching have come to mind, mate. He's done fuck all. He's done fuck all.
Well, I think this is the perfect time because now it's about to get even more silly, and Shan and Bob need to go to sleep. The Love Lounge went an extra hour, but Shan, can you tell people where they can find you? Because it's an awesome show and podcast, and we would love to one day. I think I'm gonna do a financial show with Mr. Cheese, Mr. Caller. Where can they find you?
Yeah, so you can find me over at the Cheese Room podcast, obviously with as you say, the caller, HG, David, Dave-O.
Oh, gee.
It's the starting 11 for the season, as we like to call it, and sometimes we bring in the odd sexy guest, like Bob comes on sometimes.
Yeah, man.
And obviously the Friday night show, we usually have a opposition fan come on the show to preview the Premier League match for the week.
There's no match. There's no match for you. We see the video.
Puss off. What's Tom been drinking as well? Puss off. What's going on, Tom? Come on, man. Meow.
Yeah.
Puss off.
You
puss off, Tom. You puss off.
So yeah, obviously we do the previews on a Friday, and then we do the review on a Monday. We do the odd one in between, depending on what's going on, and we've obviously got the actual podcast as well, which is available on Apple, Spotify, all good streamers. So yeah, if you want to check it out. We're looking at growing it, making sure we're doing a bit more content. It's still a pretty new thing. They've been doing the podcast for about 4 years, but the YouTube's pretty new, so we're sort of looking at growing it. Yeah, so hopefully it'll be a big season for us.
Okay, and I did check out Monday. I thought I was gonna see Abby Summers, but I still watched. I still watched, but I was really disappointed. I was like, "Where's Abby Summers? Come on, Carl, you can't play with my emotions." I do have a crush on her, and I didn't see her, but the show was excellent. I still watched, but But
do you know what? It's just I thought I'd be enough for you guys, but evidently not. We need.
No, Shan, you're enough. You're enough. Abby's just icing on the cake, but no, you're the cake. You're good. You're good.
That's nice to know.
You're good.
Yeah, she's the cherry.
I mean, you're the Love Lounge. I don't see Abby Summers anywhere. So I mean, no. I mean, she can return my direct mails, and stuff like that because they're so high up there. So I know there's gonna be a time where Shannon is like blowing up, and she's going, I don't have time for the Love Lounge, and
She's watching. She's watching.
But no, Shannon's real. Shannon's like,
What would you say to Abby if she's watching now, Mari? What would you say?
Oh no, I would say Abby.
Look at the camera. You have to look at the camera and tell her.
Abby Summers, we love you. You are the greatest Spurs ambassador, and you have a great sense of humor. We feel that you will please a lot of fans if you came on the Love Lounge and you were able to go through every segment that we have, and you will enjoy it. Yes, you could go all these other shows and give great insight and all the tactics of Spurs. But what show can you express your mind freely without chains, without borders, where you can really be Abby? That's the Spurs Love Lounge. Where can you find love? Even if we were criticizing a player, we're doing it in love. That is the Spurs Love Lounge. So
I'm going to
Abby,
clip that. I'm going to clip it. I'm going to clip
Please.
it and send it to Abby.
please, Abby, please come on the show. Please. Please.
What about who's the other one? Kate Upton. Is it Kate Upton?
Oh no. It's Nicole Attack.
Yeah, Nicole Attack. So what would you say
Nicole
to her? What would you say to her if she was watching?
Nicole, I know you're still single. You're a black man kryptonite. I'm right here. I'm right here. I loved you in Betweeners. Your short cameos, and you're a good stand-up comedic. I'm watching you on ITV2 in America. Big fan of you. The Core Attack. I don't care if you know anything about football. If you were to come on the Love Lounge, that will be awesome. Shan will teach you about football. And then
she's an Arsenal fan. She's an Arsenal fan.
Oh, I'm gonna have to convert her. That's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah, that's a huge problem. Yeah, we're gonna change that. But we gotta make sure it's true because you missed this. We thought Anthony Joshua. You missed this. We talked about Anthony Joshua.
All right.
We thought he was an Arsenal fan, but he is a
Watford fan.
A Watford fan.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Drax. Who's the guy who plays Drax? He's a Spurs fan.
Okay. Well, Adele's a Spurs fan. I got her picture. Her going like this. That cool picture of her going like this with the fingers.
The cheese room. Adele doesn't watch the cheese room anymore.
What? Oh, come on, Adele. And Bob Marley.
That's down to the caller. That is.
Bob Marley's a Spurs fan.
That was poor form from the caller. That was.
Yeah. Bob Marley's a Spurs fan. I got a picture of him playing in a Spurs jersey. Yeah.
Who?
Bob Marley.
Of course, and the other music legend, Anthony DaCosta from Blue.
Yep.
AJ Tracy, live and direct.
AJ Tracy. Yeah, I would love to get him on the Love Lounge. AJ Tracy. He would love.
Jesus.
He would love to. Yeah. Yep.
Jesus loves Spurs.
He's a big Spurs fan. Yep. He's Jewish. Yeah. Yep. Our roots. You gotta go with our roots. Yep. Christian and Jewish. Yep.
Yeah.
Who else? No, he is not. No, he's a City fan. Oh yes, get him on. So Shan.
And then be like, as you were, LG.
Yeah.
Did you see what he actually turned around and said earlier? He was like, I didn't want Harry Kane anyway, or Harold Kane.
Harold Kane.
Sour grapes. He's just mad. And mind you, we hijacked this song when we beat Man City in the locker room. That was one of the best moments.
Oh, but you know what? AJ Tracy and Adele should get together and see if they can get a consortium put together. And buy out Spurs. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, that would be great. Along with the guy who owns Amazon. What's his name?
And Jude Law.
Bezos. Yeah, Jude Law. Yeah.
Oh, he's a Spurs fan.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, what about the guy? The
You
the
about
actor.
Bezos. Oh,
He was at the game. And he's a Spurs fan. What is that guy's name? He's an actor. He played in High School Musical. He's one of
Zac
those.
Efron.
Yeah, Zac
Zac
Efron. He was
Efron.
at the game. He was at a Spurs game. He was at
Have you
one of the
seen
games.
who's the dude out of How I Met Your Mother, who was at the Man City game? Who went
Yeah, no,
go Manchester United.
yeah.
He's in a
Nah.
Man City game. Go Manchester United. Oh, I can't do it now.
Yeah, yeah.
Cheers for that code.
There's a lot of Steve Nash. If you guys know basketball, he's He's
What would
Canadian.
you say to Bob? What would you say to Bob Marley if he was watching? And
Hey, live. I would say, Bob, yeah, man. You want to be a big Spurs fan? You're here, okay? We are the best club in the world, man. All right, big up, okay? Big up. You wear that nice Spurs jersey in the late 70s, man, and you wore it very well when we had Ardals and Ricky Villa and the whole crew. And you got Gary Mabbott, who had his birthday this week. Happy birthday, Gary Mabbott. Yeah, man, big up, big up. And Ricky Villa had a birthday too. Big up, big up. Jamaica. I know you guys didn't get Bailey. He went to Aston Villa, but I still have Jamaican love for Spurs, man. Yes, because you guys are in London, all right. You're in North London. I know it's far away from Peckham, but you still big up the Jamaicans on the team, all right. Jermaine Defoe, he's Jamaican. Yes, he's not English. He's Jamaican. Yes, he played on the team. Yes, Lely King, that sounds Jamaican, so he's Jamaican. Yes, Lely King. Yes, Tape Tanganga, that's a Jamaican name. Yes, man, that's island blood. Yes. Japhet Tanganga. Yes. Bob Marley on the show. One love on Spurs Love Lounge.
What is
That was-
happening?
that is absolutely brilliant. I meant
yes,
Bob Dylan.
I do love
meant Bob
Jesus.
Dylan, but never mind. I think Cody wants to know what would you say to Jesus Christ. I think that's what he's saying. Where is it? Yeah,
Oh,
Jesus Christ. What would you say to Jesus Christ?
this
Cody.
would be.
Cody,
this
thanks
would
for
be
that
easy.
suggestion, mate. Thank you, mate.
I am a Christian, and I'll just tell him, thank you for showing me mercy, especially at the times where I cursed my head off every Spurs loss. You showed me grace. You showed me amazing grace, and I just thank you. All I ask, Lord, that's all I ask. If Spurs can win the Premier League, please, this year, please, Lord, please, I give you a big up, I just
big
talked
up,
about,
big up, Jesus Christ.
I talked about your heritage, you were Jewish, so I'll be Messianic Jew, and Christian at the same time. And so, yes, if Spurs can win, oh my goodness, just you have people in the streets just doing so much goodwill in your name and Spurs' name. I mean, it'll be beautiful. It'll be beautiful. Yeah.
I think we better end it there.
Yeah. Yeah, we end with the good Lord. He's been good to me.
That's it, man.
Literally, he's been good to me. It's the only reason why I'm still alive. I'll say this, I had a horrific car accident maybe 4 years ago where a big FedEx truck did a legal U-turn and took out my Jeep, and I flipped a couple times. I was not unconscious. I saw my life flash before my eyes. And I just screamed out. I was like, oh God, help me. I crawled out of the car. Paramedics, cops said, who pulled you out? I was like, I didn't put myself out. I crawled out. And they looked at the car. I looked at the car. It's a miracle. I will direct mail you that picture, and you'll look at the picture, and you'll literally be in tears because I showed everybody that picture, and they're like, how did you survive? So I am a walking miracle. Just to be deep, I am a walking miracle. So I thank God for every day of my life. I know you're very thankful, just what you have gone through, Bob, and I know you have the surgery in October. So I'll be praying for you, and anybody who needs prayer, I'll pray for you. But man, when I say that I'm a walking miracle, Man, literally America. I
Just
should not be alive. I honestly should not be alive because the way.
But think of all those late FedEx deliveries.
Yeah.
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 That you
Yeah.
caused.
Yeah. And no, it was at night. It was one of the.
All right, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was at night. It was one of the subcontractors for FedEx, and I don't know what the guy was doing, and of course there was a lawsuit. I won, but I won't go more in there. But I won't go more into that. But literally, walking miracle. So I will say this: I am very, very thankful. So, and I appreciate life.
Are you an MJ fan? Michael Jackson fan?
Um, it's tough because I didn't think it was fair that he died and then all this because they refuted when he was alive about what he'd done.
So you don't think it's true then?
It's really tough. Like R. Kelly, I've like literally banned him because I'm like, all right, those are minors. Those that's 100%. I can't listen to someone who has taken advantage of someone who's a minor. And there's little proof. Michael, here and there, I listen to his music and stuff like that. But my verdict more on R. Kelly is more like, oh hell no, I won't listen to him because I think he's disgusting. Well, Michael Jackson is still like, yeah. The only thing I had was a herniated disc, and it's been way better from 3 years. I work out a lot, so where at that time I couldn't work out. So same Mari, major car accident, broke my 2 lower spine, 2 places, 5 heart attacks, and I'm thankful to wake up each morning. Wow, Tom, you're a walking miracle. Big up. You're a walking miracle.
Do you think all the people that came out about Michael Jackson were doing it all for the money then? Or do you reckon there was a bit of truth there?
I honestly think that people come up to you and they give you a chance to say, hey, you can have your story. The person's already dead and you have a chance to profit from it. And I think these guys were approached and they just took advantage of it. I think because if you're really outraged, I feel at that time you're going to speak. Like you guys know who Bill Cosby is, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Now those people, they spoke up when they need to spoke up. Of course, those women, it's hard, to speak out, and more women are doing it. And big up to the women who have the courage to speak up. And so all those women who speak up against Bill Cosby, I'm glad that they did. I think he should have served longer, so he got a break. When I'm talking about he got a break, he got a break. I tell you, it's the Love Lounge. We go to all different avenues.
We do, man. We do.
Michael Jackson was a West Spam supporter because he blew bubbles.
He blew bubbles.
These are real tears of laughter.
Oh, wicked.
Oh, Tom.
Oh, man. That was brilliant. Tom,
Man.
Listen, Mari, I think this is a good time to put an end to the show.
Yeah, no, it is. It really is.
Do you like Harvey Weinstein films?
We need to stop Bob at all costs. Bob must be stopped at all costs.
Harvey Weinstein was killed.
Harvey Weinstein, man.
He was killed.
What's going on there?
There's a red button. It says end broadcast.
End broadcast. I think all 10 people are enjoying this conversation. It was 11, but now it's 10.
I'm doing this for you, buddy.
Yeah, I think we better end it.
And Shannon.
And Shannon.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Catch us next week. We went a little bit longer than expected, but it's always a good time. And come on, you Spurs.
Bibs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you
We're
Spurs.
Bibs feeding the beast. Oh wow. So Bob, wait, it says Bob.
Yeah,
not
I
for
know.
Bibs.
Fucking hell, man.
Mari is
Bob's
taking
not
us.
Bibs.
Mari's taking us to the watch alongs tomorrow. Thank you. Hey,
End it, man. End it.
all
End
right,
it.
we're gone. Love you guys.
Good night,
Come on, you
everybody.
Spurs. Good night, everybody.
Big up, you Spurs.